Greetings and salutations, everyone. Hello, I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hey, everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing very well on this Thursday. Hey, so I'm Trooper SJP. I'm a affiliated variety streamer who streams story-heavy video games on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays from my Mac and Saturdays from my PS4. And hey, Ice Bunny, how are you doing? What's new and exciting? Let me see. What's going on? It is May. It is not yet the end of the semester. We finished classes, but we're not yet done. Now is the time when students want to of course. I would not ask if I didn't want to know. How are you doing, Ice Bunny? What's happening? I know that you have a group project and you hate doing group projects and you want to do everything by yourself, so you're probably not happy about that. But what else is going on? What else? What else is happening? While you're typing that, I will finish. So this Saturday, I'll be doing Horizon Zero Dawn. Today, we're doing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is one of the IGF nominees for Excellence in Narratives for 2018. We've got one more to go after this one, which is Night in the Woods. And then after that, maybe we'll do something else before we get to the 2019 nominees. I never remember hey, Pumpkin, I never remember when they announced the nominees. I hope we'll be able to get in a game before the 2019 nominees are nominated. We'll get there. Pumpkin, how are you doing? Ice Bunny's going to tell us how she is doing. Pumpkin, how are you doing? Let me see. News I should tell you is that next week I will not be streaming on Saturday because there is a Game of Thrones tournament that I will be participating in. All the Game of Thrones stuff happens on Saturdays, and so that's like. But so I'm going to miss one stream next Saturday. Let's see. I was basically told to shut up when I wanted to explain what and where to hang it. Yeah, I'm sorry that your group project situation is not great. I am sorry about that. That's challenging and frustrating, and I imagine it is a trying situation. I know what it's like to work with people who can be trying, and that is a thing that sadly we all have to deal with at different times in our lives. Ugh. But Pumpkin, what about you? How are you doing? And I'm sorry about that, Ice Bunny. I'm at work, but I'm done after 2 tonight. Nice, very good. And now they want to meet on Monday, and I will call in sick. I'm sorry that it's so frustrating, Ice Bunny. I know that is something that has been causing you a lot of stress, and I'm very sorry. I have news besides my regular schedule running around doing its thing. Tonight, I will not be hosting Critical Role like I normally do, because tonight is, and I won't be hosting Critical Role for the next 3 or 4 Thursdays, because tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, Geek Space TV will be running Third Time's the Charm, a Good Society RPG, this one with magic. And I am a mod on Geek and Sundry, on Geek Space TV. So I will be there modding. So rather than hosting Critical Role, I encourage everyone to watch Third Time's the Charm, GM'd by our very own Random Tuesday. I will roast their asses in the paper and the oral exam. Right? I'm just saying, MOS hype. I'm very excited for that. I think it'll be really good. Manner of speaking is gonna be so good. So let's meet there at 10. That's my goal. We'll meet there. It'll be fine. And so that'll be the next 3 or 4 Thursdays. I was at the game store the other day playing Game of Thrones, because that's normally on a Sunday, and I bought 2 things, and this is our show and tell. So I bought, finally, after much knowing that I need it. You know, I probably should have not have bought it at the store. I probably should have bought it through the website, because I bet I could have gotten a PDF. Ah, dang it. Anyway, Blades in the Dark by John Harper, which everybody loves. Everybody thinks it's the best thing ever. And so now I finally have it. Blades in the Dark. RPG about heists. It says, Blades in the Dark is a tabletop role-playing game about a crew of daring scoundrels seeking their fortunes on the haunted streets of an industrial fantasy city. There are heists, chases, occult mysteries, dangerous bargains, bloody skirmishes, and above all, riches to be had, if you're bold enough to seize them. You and your fledgling crew must thrive amidst the threats of rival gangs, powerful noble families, vengeful ghosts, the blue coats of the city watch, and the siren song of your scoundrel's own vices. Will you rise to power in the underworld? What are you willing to do to get to the top? So, and they've got rules to create your scoundrel using the following character archetypes. So it's sort of class-based. The Cutter, the Hound, the Leech, the Lurk, the Slide, the Spider, or the Whisperer. Rules to create your crew, built from types like Assassins, Bravos, Occult, Hawkers, Shadows, or Smugglers. A robust core mechanic, which puts the fiction first. The strength of a character's position, desperate, risky, or controlled, matters just as much as the character's ability scores. A lightning-fast mechanic for planning criminal operations to cut through the usual slog of planning at the game table, which makes me a little sad because I love planning at the game table. Rules for alchemical experiments, gadget tinkering, and other weird occult powers, including rules for playing ghosts and other strange beings, and a setting guide to the haunted city of Doskwall, with all the maps, factions, NPCs, and opportunities you need to run an exciting sandbox game. So this is... Blades in the Dark, I think, is sort of like an offshoot of Powered by the Apocalypse. We are supposed to reflect on the project, and we did nothing else in the lesson plan papers we did in educator school. But I'm glad you did not buy or smoke cigarettes, because that's not healthy. It's bad for you. It's right. It's good for you. I imagine your vices are things that'll probably ruin you in the end. I don't know if this is, my understanding is that this is sort of influenced by, yes, right? It's influenced by the Apocalypse world, although I don't think it's 100% exactly. It's like related, but not exactly. So I'm excited for it, although it's funny because there are people who want to like stop all the planning, but I love planning in RPGs. I love it when a crew comes together, but I've heard only good things about it. And then I bought something else which is related to the French Resistance game that I am going to run. Hey Jer, and also Drummer Boy. Vices relieve stress, but you can overdo it and shenanigans ensue. Right, like what happens if your vices are like heroin addiction? Like that may not be great for you when you're trying to pull your heists, is all I'm trying to say. It is a way to numb things like feelings. You probably shouldn't numb your feelings. You should probably deal with your feelings, Ice Bunny. Because numbing your feelings is also not healthy for you. Another non-healthy thing. I'm just saying. So I got one more thing that I saw and I had to have it. And it's related to the French Resistance campaign that I'm going to run. Look what I have. World War Cthulhu, the SOE Handbook, Tradecraft and the Ungentlemanly Art of Sabotage in World War II. It's for Call of Cthulhu, and it is all about the SOE, which, by the way, is the organization that the PCs for the campaign I'm going to run are going to be connected to. Now, this is for Call of Cthulhu, but they tend to have lots of really good info that I can probably just use, be inspired by for my Resistance game, which will not have Cthulhu in it because it will not be eldritch. It'll be historical, so not eldritch. But how cool is that, right? So I've got the new cool thing, and I'm excited for it. I also kickstarted an SOE, a Women in the SOE game, which is right up my alley, sort of. It's called something or other. I can't remember the title, but it's sort of meant to be a story game. Like a one-shot story game, although I think they're thinking about doing some kind of campaign. I think it'll be a lot more like Night Witches in that way, right? Sort of, again, one of these sort of story-heavy games. And there you go, right? So that's exciting. I don't know when that'll come out, but nonetheless, I'm excited to run it, the French Resistance game in Fate. Can someone tell a bad dad joke? I don't know any bad dad jokes. Have I ever you have been getting healthier and healthier, Ice Bunny. So yes. And also, I want to encourage your healthiness because I care about your health, both physical and mental. Also, I don't know any bad dad jokes. I'm afraid I can't tell you any. Let me see. How am I doing? Good. So I wasn't that the spy thing. So wasn't, no, I don't think Julia Child was a member of the SOE. The SOE is British. I think she was a member of the OSS, which is American, the Office for Special Services. I believe she was part of the, I can check though. All dad jokes are good. Let me see. Let me check. Because I was pretty sure she was a member of the OSS. Let me see. But let me check. Yeah, she was OSS. The OSS was the American sort of version of the SOE. They were inspired by the SOE. But she was OSS, and this is SOE. SOE came first and was operating earlier. So good. So good. Other news, I had this really great piece of paper, this is not it, that had all of my notes for Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, and I lost that piece of paper. It no longer exists. So we're gonna have to take new notes when we're doing our game today, which, so sad. I've been reading through the Fate core book. I haven't had a lot of time to do so, but I've been trying to get in a little bit as we go on and thinking about you need a laugh, Ice Bunny. So if you want a stupid joke, a bad joke, here's one. Did you hear about the new pirate movie, Ice Bunny? It's rated R. Another bad joke, let me think. What will one of my students wonder? I know, right? I know, Volpez. What am I doing? No, they're totally games, Krellin. They're totally games. It's totally gonna happen. No, I'm trying to think of jokes. Most of the jokes I can think of are kind of dirty, so I cannot tell them. Because I know a lot of dirty jokes because I was in the army. Oh, what does a mechanical frog say? Krellin, what does a mechanical frog say? What does the mechanical frog say? Robot. That's a good one, Krellin. I don't know which paper you're talking about. I don't know which one you're talking about, Ice Bunny. What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhinoceros? An elephino. That's another bad one. More. Did you really, Krellin? That's a good joke. I like it. It's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like there are more bad jokes. And I don't think I'd call them bad jokes. I'm just like, what are the jokes that I told when I was in elementary school? Like, I think of them as like little kid jokes. What do you get? Oh, okay. I did TiVo. I did dye my beard, and it's all blue now. It's growing out a little bit, but you know, I try to get the exciting color. And I'm feeling a little scruffy today, but it's because it's a Thursday. So maybe wrote a note for what? No. These notes were only for the video game Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Yes, that's right. You know, I stopped dyeing my beard. I'm naturally blue. That's what it is. It's a natural blue. But I probably don't need to re-dye it for a while, right? I mean, that's because it's still. The mustache goes fast though. Like I bleached and dyed my mustache, and it goes fast. Thursdays are a little bit rough. And I've done something to my wrist, which is bad. Like it's a little swollen and it's a little painful. So this wrist, right? I'm left-handed. All days are tough. So this, like, it's fine, right? Look at that, right? See, whoop, right. That's fine. That's that one. Whoop. This wrist, however, which is a little swollen, extending my fingers hurts a little bit, and then I cannot bend my wrist backwards. I can't bend my hand backward. Like with this one, I can go like that. That's fine. With this one, I mean, I can do it like that, but I cannot actually bend it back on its own some like I can do with this one. So I did something. I don't know what I did. Sport is not bad. So I did something to my wrists, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to the doctor on Monday to see it and take care of it, I hope. I've been icing it, and I took some ibuprofen, and the swelling's not gone down, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. Like, I didn't do anything in particular on it, but I will see what the doctor says. So anyway, what are you all doing? How have you all been? And I am very excited for the summer. I'm waiting for the summer to actually start so that I can do all of my research and all of my writing, but it's not happened yet. We will get there. Oh, I didn't tell you all. Our giveaway for today is Yakuza 0. That's our giveaway. It's an action game where you are a member of the Yakuza, and I think you kill people, probably with swords and guns, and maybe also fists. And Jackie Dash was playing one of the Yakuzas, and I have that for our giveaway today, which I'm very excited about. So that's good. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I want to just say one more time, I'm not hosting Critical Role because I'll be hosting Geek Space TV's Manner of Speaking, third time's the charm. That's what I've got. Yeah, I have what is available for the PS4. So I'm going to play that on the PS4. Finally I came out actually wanting to win, and now I won't. Krellin, you don't know, Krellin. You might. It's really unclear. Nobody knows how Nightbot works. I said Nightbot. Like, was she playing? Because I've got Yakuza something or other for PS4, but I cannot play Yakuza 0 on my Mac. That is my life. Oh, I should also tell you that I got my PS4 to work on LAN, and the connection worked much better. I did a little bit of a test for Horizon Zero Dawn, and it looks better, which means we're gonna try streaming Horizon Zero Dawn remotely through my Mac again on Saturday, and I hope it will actually work better so we get all the stuff. I hope you didn't do a Martina. She ran around 5 days with a dislocated wrist joint. I might be doing a Martina. Golden Week, everything was closed. It's because Mac. I love mac and cheese, Pumpkin. I like good mac and cheese. I don't like fake mac and cheese. I like good mac and cheese. Now, I might be doing a martini and running around with probably not dislocated. I don't know what I did, but I mean, swollen's probably not great, is all I'm saying. But it's fine. You know, like, it's fine. It's totally okay. So here's the thing. We're playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, and we're going to get a bunch of people done today. We need to... very nice. We need to go and find Cassidy, who's right up there, and we need to just, like, finish his story. He's such a mope. But... I even like cheap mac and cheese. Are we though? Are we? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we are. We'll find out. Hey, did you notice though that I updated my GUI? If you get a Macintosh, you better be in England and it better be rain resistant. I hope my Mac is rain resistant because that would be nice, right? Oh, I had this really great, hold on a second here. So I had this really great, no, by the way, we are totally gonna play. We're just chatting first for a second. When I was in Germany, I got this really great coat. It was like that you would sort of wax. It was like made of cloth, but you would like have a wax spray on it and then you could walk around in the rain, and it was really nice. But I think it's actually kind of hard to find. I don't know if I can get wax sprays here in the States to sort of weatherproof it again. You know, I have to tell you, you don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I think what I need to do is go through my wardrobe and get rid of things that are between 20 and 30 years old. It is interesting here. It is pasta with tomato sauce. Macintosh? No, these were just regular sort of raincoats. I think I like I like cheap mac and cheese, but I like the cheese to be actual cheese. I think that's the thing. It can be super cheap, but I'd like it to be cheese, as opposed to, like, there's some mac and cheese that are not. It's not cheese, you know, and I would like that mac and cheese to be a bit more cheese related. That's all, just a little bit more cheese related. The ones, oh no, this was not like it was not like the Undertaker one. It was because that's like a big, what's that called? That's called I know that coat. It's actually an old it's an old school. It's not Australian. It's also they have them in England. And they have the little overcoat because they sort of like hide the seams so that you're a bit more water resistant. I can't remember what it's called, but it was not that. It is un-American to want real cheese instead of a cheese product. Well, Krellin, I am from San Francisco, so and as various politicians would argue, San Francisco is not real America, so I think it's okay for me to want cheese rather than cheese product. That's all. I need to learn to make real good white people mac and cheese because white people mac and cheese is delicious. Thank you, Volpez. A drover's coat. That's exactly what it's called. Yes, a highwayman coat. Yeah. Well, not all Aussies, but some are. Also, hey, Sal, the reason why the drover's coat or a highwayman's coat has that little cape on it is because back in the day, before they had plastic, the only way to waterproof things was by waxing something, usually with beeswax. But coats have seams here on the shoulders, and then because there's a seam there, water could get through the seams. So you'd have your coat, your raincoat, and then you'd have this little cape that would go on top of the raincoat that would cover those seams so that you would stay dry, because then the water wouldn't hit the seams. That is why. Hey, Falcom of Venom, how are you doing? Hey, everybody. Who says what? So this is what it is. We're like, who says that? Pumpkin. I think it was, who was it? Who did that book, God, Grits and Gravy? Was it Rush Limbaugh or wax or oil? Mm-hmm. Oilcloth. Mm-hmm. Who was it? I think it was, well, bad guys. They often just sent people who stole a loaf of bread because they were starving. And sometimes they just rounded up people and sent them there against their will because they wanted the labor. It might not have been Rush Limbaugh. It might have been one of those other ones. And you had this whole thing about like Real America and Not Real America. And Real America was the Midwest and the South, and the Not Real America was the coasts. It was Bubba and, what was it called? Indentured Servitude, Baron Tord. Yes, it was. I like a good cloak. Yeah. What kind of package, Sal? Valjean did break a window pane. That's the worst. Breaking a window pane. A duster as well. Yeah, I think a lot of them do have the top coats built in now. Oh, I was saying, I'm going to go through my wardrobe and get rid of all these things that I have that are 20 to 30 years old. Because I think I still have a t-shirt from 1990. And that's almost 30 years ago. So I'm thinking I need to just kind of go through and just get rid of things that are ancient, because let's update our wardrobe a little bit. A half cape. Oh, I'd love a half cape. That'd be awesome. You're bad at big words in English. Your English is great, Ice Bunny. It has a note. It is apparently a birthday gift. Ooh, Sal, you're not allowed to open it now, though. You have to wait till your birthday. You have to wait till your birthday. I have many t-shirts to replace in a few. Yeah, drummer boy. Yep. No, the thing is, it's about the t-shirt. So like, I just keep these t-shirts forever. Like I've got this t-shirt. I used to, when I was in the army, for 6 months, like 2 tours of 3 months each, I left my regular duty and I was in a band. I was in the soldier show, this army band. And, it was 3 months, and so like you spend the first month rehearsing and getting the act together, and the second 2 months performing, and for the first month, we should do a purge together. I get these free t-shirts, and well, not really, but I used to get them. I've already opened. Oh, do you know what it is, Sal? I can still finish teacher from middle and high school. I think I got rid of most of them now. So this is a problem when you can still wear those shirts and you're like, oh, I can still wear these. And so the first month while the instrumentalists were practicing, all the singers, of which I was one, we had to go and host karaoke, right? So we would rehearse during the day, and then at night the singers would go off and we'd host karaoke in the NCO clubs. And I have this t-shirt from 1992 that like, it's like, you know, 2nd Infantry Division, Soldier Show, karaoke. I'm like, do I really need a 1992 t-shirt about karaoke? I probably don't. I can probably get rid of that t-shirt, but then I don't want to get rid of it because I was like, oh, remember when I was like in the army and I was hosting karaoke? Oh, the good times. It was so ridiculous because people, because a lot of people in the army would get drunk. This was in the 90s. They'd get drunk. They'd want to sing Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, but they couldn't hit the high notes, so they would just kind of scream them, and it was awkward. So there was a lot of Unchained Melody when I was karaoke hosting. There was also Unchained Melody, Free Bird, All My Exes Live in Texas, Love Shack, Home Sweet Home, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Those were all very, very popular. Just noting it. Though if some shirts have sentimental value, it was probably both 20 years ago and a lifetime ago, right? Like these are both of these things. So it's, yeah. Oh, it's a vital part for your computer guild. Oh, well, that's cool. That is awesome that you got a new computer build, Sal. They got holes in the seams frayed and some of the stains are forever shirts. I have a t-shirt from my Alaskan road. See, and I think I still have in storage this Letterman's jacket that was like my tour jacket that is completely falling apart, but I didn't want to get rid of it. Yeah, you know how, yeah, but I'm going to either get rid of them or I won't. I don't know. We'll find out. By the way, Krellin says, I'm super conflicted about tonight. On the one hand, supporting Geek Space. On the other hand, I'm not subbed. Oh, to CR, so I have to wait until Monday for a VOD. Ooh, yeah. I'm modding, so I have to be there for Geek Space. Oh, yes. Sorry, Baron Tor. Yes, Life is a Highway was also sung in karaoke all the time. That was another one. Life is a highway. I'm gonna ride it all night long. If you're going my way. Pour Some Sugar on Me also was sung a lot. When I was, yeah, Life is a Highway, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Yeah. Sal says, I have to replace a lot of t-shirts as well because most of my t-shirts from back in like high school and have holes in like the armpits or seams running down my side. Yeah, right. Like I've got these band tour t-shirts that are like falling apart and I don't want to get rid of them. I feel like we should probably do a purge this summer and go through our clothes. Oh, a bunch of Aerosmith. Yeah. And women would often sing Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Very often that would happen all the time. That was a big one. Maybe you can make a blanket out of the t-shirts. Maybe, Baron Tor. The worst thing is when someone before you was really good at singing and you're not drunk enough not to care. Probably just doesn't wear t-shirts. That fixes it. If you know someone skilled with a sewing machine and make a blanket, yeah, something like that might work. Also, but here's the other thing. You know when you I've got clothes that I cannot fit, but I feel like I could fit those clothes if I just lost a couple of pounds. So I don't want to get rid of them because I can fit them. I just have to lose a couple of pounds, and then I probably should. So like, yeah. But like, what do you call it? I've got some aspirational clothes that I don't want to get rid of. Summer Purge Together Foxhole Project. Yeah, so what I should probably do is go through and make a list. I should figure it out. Cause I'm gonna get rid of some of my t-shirts, gonna get rid of old t-shirts, go through some socks, socks, underwear, t-shirts, get rid of those that are old. I think I have some sweaters that I think are done. Summer Purge, everyone. Summer Purge. So that said, we're totally gonna do this now. We're doing it. We're hearing a story. You spend a while in the cool shade at the gas station. You notice 3 kids sitting beside their family car, while their parents argue loudly with the cashier inside. The children seem embarrassed. You see the oldest brother lean over and distract his siblings with a story. He starts telling them a story about the cart horse that could go around the world 3 times in the blink of an eye. You realize almost instantly that he's telling the story, a new version of the tale of the cart horse faster than a steam train, but with new, exciting, over-the-top details. Drummer Boy's like, don't do it! There are some shirts I will never fit into again, so Goodwill, I guess. Some jeans that just, yeah, this is the thing, right? Because there's some things you're like, maybe it will not, I probably am not getting my high school body back, and I probably also don't want to for many reasons. So like, I should probably get rid of some stuff. I should just get rid of some stuff. No. I hit both of you. Krellin said don't do it, and then I went to both comments one after the other. So I should go through, especially now that I'm unpacking. I don't even know. I did. This is true. I don't have a lot of stuff left from high school, to be honest, though, but I still have some t-shirts. Yes, maybe a couple of reasons. So I don't have a lot from back then, but I really should. Oh, thanks, Ice Bunny. I think. Oh, I did. I read them both at the same time. Word bleed. Yeah. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go through, and I am going to get rid of stuff that's super old. That's what I'm going to do. That's it. So we are going to just go over here right now, and we're going to talk to Cassidy. You can fit your confirmation clothes? Good for you. Good for you. I cannot fit my clothes for many reasons. But again, most of those things I got rid of, so.
Looks like I'm still me and you're still you.
Hey, Cassidy, who did not change form.
A pity, isn't it? To be stuck with ourselves like this.
Cassidy, you are a real mope.
All this wandering and I couldn't escape the one thing I wanted to be away from more than anything else.
Yourself.
I suppose that in the end, we all have to settle down inside ourselves.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't want to be the way I am now.
Then don't, Cassidy.
If I could, I'd live inside the past. Inside the time Silas and I had together.
Not healthy. No, that just says I didn't really change clothes size for decades, but good for you.
Back on the road together, forever.
Cassidy.
I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
Probably not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to tell him as much as we can, you know? I don't know what is optimistic. Most of these stories are not, I know, like I don't, most of these stories are about death and they're not optimistic, you know? Skeleton Hobo Trooper is like, optimistic? What? I don't... Oh, hey, the story of millions of colorful butterflies sweeping across the sky, that is optimistic. That's beautiful and optimistic. That he will like.
I like that one. Makes me feel the way Silas used to.
Thank you.
In the old days.
Whew. I could wear the same clothes up until the year I left college. My freshman 15 showed up late and brought friends. Is that exponential growth when you grow up and grow more and more fat at the same time? I don't know. Thanks, Sal. You know, here's the thing. When I joined the Army, I was something like 125 pounds and super thin. I was real thin when I joined the Army. And here, let me do that so the music's not distracting us. So when I joined the Army, I was rail thin and like 125 pounds, something like that. And my dad used to make fun of me for being super skinny. He would put on this voice that was not his voice. He did not normally talk like this. I think this is how either his father or his grandfather talked. So he'd say, no, not his grandfather, his father probably. So he would say, "You're just like a snake, but a snake's got hips." Or he'd say, if I was standing from the TV, he'd say, "Either get out of the way or turn sideways." That's not how he normally talked, but that I think he was doing his dad. Yeah, I was like 125 pounds of like soaking wet. One time when I was in middle school, the wind knocked me over. I did have an umbrella and it was San Francisco, which is very windy. You know, but within the course of those 8 weeks, I gained like 10 pounds of muscle mass during basic training. And then, yeah, like, so like I ended up having a very different body when I got into the Army, like when I was in the Army versus when I came in. When I came in versus when I got out, I was a lot more muscular. And so I had to so a lot of my high school clothes didn't, like, I made a big shift from my, like, I don't have a lot of clothes from before from high school and earlier is what I want to say. Because my body just went through a lot of changes when I was in the Army. So I basically just got all new clothes when I was in the Army. And actually, I think part of it is because when you join the Army, you can't bring clothes with you, civilian clothes, I don't think. So it was just like, yeah, so I don't think I had any civilian clothes with me when I joined the Army. And so then I just had military clothes. And then when I went to training, I needed civilian clothes. And so I bought some. So I just basically got new clothes when I was in the Army. And I still have some clothes from my Army days, but mostly just things like shirts, like t-shirts, mostly t-shirts and jackets. And I just have to go through that stuff and get rid of it, you know? Oh, I have a new hat. I will not show you because it's in the other room, but I have a new hat. I will show you all later. It's really cool looking. That said, go on, Cassidy.
Joy was the life I had with Silas on the road. I don't know what exactly made me want the simple life of a bum, but the pursuit of that felt natural to me after the problems I'd had earlier in my life.
I grew a tummy planet since cake matter drifts to the tummy planet. My mom basically just mailed me a lot of my clothes after I got a basic. Oh, you know, let me think. I think I picked up some stuff, but not. I didn't get stuff until. So I went from basic to advanced training. I didn't go home in between. And I think I got clothes. I think I got stuff from home before I went to Korea, is what I think happened. I think I picked up stuff from home then. Is what I think. The clothes I bought in A school are like these. Okay, Sal, I'm not saying that I didn't do the same thing. When I was, so what happened was you say A school, we say AIT, right? So I go to AIT and I don't really have anything, like it's just sort of miserableness. And I had a friend who I made in AIT was like, you need clothes. And she was like, okay, what you need a pair of black jeans, a pair of blue jeans. You need like, so I got like 3 pair of jeans like you and a bunch of t-shirts and like maybe 1 or 2 button downs, right? So that's basically what I got. So Sal and I did the same thing, and then I just basically wore that. That's what I wore most of the time, until I got a couple more stuff from my folks back after training and before I went to Korea. You know, but again, I didn't have a lot of civilian clothes or a lot of clothes because you're moving all the time, and it's not like you want to have all that stuff on you. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't want to have. You want to carry and pack light. Well, you know, you want to look nice. And when I was in Korea, I ended up getting like some nice Western shirts. That was cool. Yeah, it was. I mean, I will tell you, I only just started getting furniture now, recently. I didn't even buy. Mississippi. That's fair. I think I got jackets from home. I don't think I bought a jacket. Yeah. I don't want a locker full of dresses and Victrola. Actually, I do want a Victrola though. I don't want that. I do want a Victrola. That is true. But no, I mean, it's just, you didn't want to, yeah, you all know, you don't want to carry all that stuff around. Like, what can you fit in your duffel bag? You know what I mean? And I only just started buying furniture recently. Well, actually, that's not true. When I got out of the army, I got some army surplus furniture, and that was like the only furniture I owned for years. So I had a dresser, a really nice, which I still have, a nice army dresser and a nice army. No, it wasn't nice. A nice army dresser, and then like an end table, one of these army end tables. That was all of my furniture. I bought clothes later when I moved to Japan, including a jacket I absolutely adored but got lost. I had a chance to get a Mulberry Bayswater bag in black, kind of half price. Oh. Yeah, I want an old Victrola. I got some good things when I was in Korea. I got some stuff made that was cool. I cannot fit those things anymore at all. So those are all gone. Yeah, so none of that. What else? Oh, so for the longest time, now I'm going to tell you all this. Here, I'm just going to do this for a moment, but we're going to go back. So I'm going to tell you this, and here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this, and you're going to judge me. Like, I know you're going to judge me, but it is what it is, right? It's just what it is. It is what it is. Well, if it's not cheap and you don't need it, then don't get it. My mother disliked the jacket. I moved back in the summer and didn't have much cause to wear jackets. Oh, hey, that's not cool. Mom should not be getting rid of your stuff. It's your stuff. I disapprove of that. I disapprove. Actually, I think this shirt that I'm wearing right now is 20 years old. This shirt, I can't see it. I think you can see it. Oh, well, if I do this, you can't see it. This is, yeah, the Bluegrass Festival 1999, right? So this is a 20-year-old shirt that I'm wearing right now, right? I'm currently wearing a 20-year-old shirt. Oh, well. But I was telling you that Yeah, no, that's disrespectful, and I'm not about it. I'm not about it. I lost my train of thought. Oh, no, I was going to tell you this thing and you're going to judge me. That's right. So when I got out of the Army, I lived in Germany for 3 years. And for those 3 years, I lived in Germany for 3 years after I got out of the Army. And then I went from Germany to undergrad. But for those 3 years that I lived in Germany, when I was not in the Army, I slept. Okay, are you ready? So like, again, dresser, little night table, right? Side end table, whatever. Do you want to know what I slept in? Do you want to know? Do you want to know what I slept in? You can judge me. It's fine. I slept in an Army cot. I still have my Army cot, but like one of those Army cots, right? Like I set up this Army cot. I had an apartment. I had a roommate, and I set up my Army cot, and then I got like an air mattress, a little like a camping air mattress, and I put it on the Army cot, and I slept on an Army cot, a very narrow Army cot for 3 years. And then I was an undergraduate for 4 years, and I did not buy a bed until I was like 29 years old is when I got my first bed. Yep. Just, yeah. I mean, but you know, and the thing is, and I'm going to tell you, it was pretty comfortable. Do you know what I mean? It was fine, like, because I had like the cot was there, and then I had the little air mattress, and yeah, I did not have the money to buy a bed, and it was comfortable enough, right? The only thing is so no, in college I had an actual bed. This was when I was in the Army before college. So here's the thing, Sal. I was not celibate when I lived in Germany. I fooled around with people, and, you know, there are a lot of things you can do on an Army cot, is all I'm going to say. You can, you know, that's a thing. But that's one of those things you do in your 20s, right? Like I will just say that is a thing that you do in your 20s. That is not a thing you do when you're out of your 20s. But yeah, no, I when I was in my 20s, a narrow Army cot. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know that's ridiculous, and I know people are gonna be like, "What? Why would you do that?" But I didn't have the money for a bed, and the room I had was pretty small, and so I just had an Army cot. It was fine. But it must have been funny, right? Maybe you do in your 20s. Okay, maybe other people did not. That's right. Not Trooper's lack of celibacy, but caught creativity. That is correct. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that was, I slept on an Army cot for 3 years, with an air mattress on it though. So, you know, it was fine. It was fine. It was all right. And it was helpful because when I moved back to the States from Germany, it's not like I could take all sorts of furniture and stuff with me. Do you know what I mean? Like that was not going to be a practical thing to do, because who can afford to ship all sorts of stuff with you from overseas? So in the end, it was fine. It was fine. All right. We got to work out what's going on with Cassidy. His mopiness.
Cold train cars that froze overnight, scooping out beans from a tin with our hands. All of that was pure joy. Most people go through life doing a lot of work to avoid the truth. Silas and I wanted to find the truth, to witness it with our own eyes.
I feel like Cassidy...
Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
I know so many sad stories, Cassidy. And I want one that's like sad, but not scary, because that's the problem. I also have a lot of stories that are scary. Trooper, did you see the world building thingy I posted on Tabletop Musings? I saw that you posted it, but I have not had time to read it yet. But I'm thinking I will be able to read it next week, because this week has still been exams and meetings, but I'm excited to read it because there are some interesting and intriguing comments, stuff about food. That's exciting. The winds. So I'm excited to find out about what is happening here. I don't know. Oh, do they really? My chair's creaking. I don't like it. Apparently my mic is really good. Hey, Mike. Here's what I'll do. Hold on. I'm going to turn down my mic a little bit. I'm turning down my mic just a little bit. I feel like that'll make it maybe a little bit better. Maybe. I don't need to be so loud. Oop. There. We'll try that. We'll try that. Casey Jones, metalworker. You crashed, but you're back with a sandwich. Oh, I want a sandwich. Did I mention that they throw out 34 staff at the humanities and university? No, you did not. Yeah, you know, I actually have a noise gate on here. At least I did. Hold on a second. Advanced audio properties. Because I actually do have a noise gate on this. What did I do? What did I do? Properties? Filters. Yeah, I do. I have a little noise gate on this, actually. That was me. That was me. That was me making noise in my chair. I think that was probably an embarrassing thing to do, to make noise in my chair like that. I mean, that's how you do it, right? If you want to make noise in your chair. Right. It looks like it's picking it up, though. Yeah, maybe I'll make my noise gate a little bit. Quick test. A little higher. So where's my noise gate? Hello, noise gate. Yeah, I could maybe open it up a little bit more. Well, I'll work on it. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to tell the story of... I need something really depressing. Oh, no. I am totally fine being distracted all the time. I enjoy a good distraction. Oh, hey, the man on the beach in Miami despairing about his future, that's super sad. That is a sad thing. Yeah, my noise gate
was like getting locked out in the cold with nothing but your sorrow. I liked it.
Yeah, Cassidy.
Did Silas ever imagine a future with me?
This guy, he needs to get over Silas.
What did a genius like Silas see in me in the first place?
You need to, like, move on.
He never said anything directly about my work. Other people came to him for writing advice, and he would suggest changes in diction or grammar or tense, and they'd go away happy and leave him alone. But Silas and I usually just talked about the weather, or people we knew, or how we'd get to the next city over.
The government took funding from the University of Copenhagen, and the humanities take the punches. Yeah, that's how it is. People are all into STEM at the moment. I know, right, Sal? Like, your boyfriend's gone. He has left you. You gotta move on.
What he taught me was hidden under the surface, like a cone.
I gotta move on.
I'm alone, out here. I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
Probably not. I don't have that many hopeful stories, but I will tell you the story of Shaw. That'll work out.
That's a good one. We do reach up like that, towards hope.
I hope I can max him out this time.
Authority. Well, Sometimes Jess and I worried that Silas would get in trouble. Not out in the world, but with the senses. He was the type to attract that sort of attention.
Makes sense.
A great novel must sing its truth in defiance of the powers that would have it silenced.
You've got this romantic attachment to rebellion that sometimes you're just being rebellious but doesn't do anything.
A great work of art transcends the shallow morals of its era and challenges what we think we know.
A hopeful story. There was this guy's boyfriend left him and he moved the fuck on. That's a hopeful story. I like Sal's story. I think that's why I'm always a bit bitchy with the crap science gets funding just because they're not us. But here's the thing, Ice Bunny. Science can build you a new bomb. The humanities don't do so well building you new bombs. That's all. Yeah, no, Falcon, he is a beat poet. This is true.
Especially what we
This is
think we know
true.
about ourselves. I've been aching for something like a good ghost story. You know anything scary like that?
I do know some scary things, actually. Yeah, he's like, yeah. Look, I've got a scary story for you. Let's see. Let's tell you the story of the haunted mill operated by ghosts. That's pretty scary. I think you'll like that one.
Oh, you're good at telling these. It takes effort to make the scare feel real.
Krellin, you're correct. The humanities keeps trying to tell people not to build the bombs, and nobody likes that. Yeah. Like, maybe you shouldn't build that bomb. I know, place for us. Oh. Control freak. Plenty of philosophers dropping truth bombs for free. Bow. You know, there was a, I was talking to some, okay, look, I'm going to tell you the story, right? I was invited to do a guest lecture with, I'm supposed to drink some water. Thanks, Hydrated Bot. So I was invited to do a little kind of meet and greet guest lecture with the admissions people. The admissions officers. They want to kind of get to know the various faculty so they could, talk about the stuff we do when they're on admissions tours. So I went and I told them what I did. I gave them the whole thing. And afterwards, seriously, after I was done, everyone was like, that was so great. Thanks, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the admissions officers comes up to me and says, thank you for being here. It was really nice, blah, blah. But here's the question I don't really understand. Like, what is the point of what you do? Asks me. I understand what the purpose of STEM is, right? I mean, I understand why you need math or medicine, or chemistry. I understand why a person would need that, but I don't really understand what the point is of what you do, says the admissions officer to me. So what I said was, we're going to go back. So what I said was, well, without the humanities, you wouldn't have ethics. And I think it's a good idea for doctors and people making machines and weapons, perhaps, to have ethics. I feel like without it, gets real bad real fast. And he was like, huh. I was like, whatever. Yes. Yeah, what's the point of make a fist and tell him to run? Right, humanities build society, yes, but also it helps you think about what you should, like, what is the, in Mass Effect 2, there is that wonderful moment where I think when Morden, with the collectors, the aliens, the collectors, and Morden says that he thinks the collectors are an artificially created race of beings, and Shepard says, like, why do you think that? And Morden says, because all of their technology, none of it has any aesthetics, none of it has any ergonomics. There's no ergonomics, there's no aesthetics, and that is an indication that the society does not care about the well-being of any of the people in it, to the point that, like, basically, like, this is just not long-term sustainable. So that this part of the way that he justified his theory that the collectors were not were an artificially created species and whose creators did not really particularly care about them very much. And I was like, hey, there's an argument for the humanities, yay! And look, yeah, Morden's art talk in Mass Effect 2 is so good, so good. Mass Effect 2 made me happy. I liked all those games. All right, go on, Cassidy, with your not getting over your boyfriend.
My family now.
Tell me.
I tried to get on with a few other people, writers and poets and artists, types that are supposed to have certain things in common.
He is the very model of a scientist Solarian. And he sings. That's all.
But I was never accepted into artistic communities. I was too unwilling to put up with all of the bullshit.
Or maybe you're the problem, Cassidy. Maybe the problem is you. Morden is the most precious being. So good. I love when, it fills my heart. Also, I feel like Cassidy is the problem.
Going both ways. I tend to annoy other writers for some reason.
For some reason? Yeah, let's raise our coffee mugs and water bottles. Skull for the humanities. Skull for the arts and humanities, indeed.
So I only ever had that one little group. Them and, of course, all the hobos and bums of the world. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Probably, because sad stories are my middle name, really. That's like what my life is about. Yeah, we already know that Cassidy is the problem. He is the problem. I'm gonna tell you the story of Franklin's travels while we're here. Yeah, Cassie's the problem, society's the problem.
In that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry?
He was mad at the girl getting the job and getting him getting the can. Because he hasn't discovered antidepressants yet. Yeah.
That was some trip.
Poor
I was
Cassidy.
sad when it was over. It's an odd thing to have such a memorable and storied time, and then, in retrospect, you wonder if it really happened. All of that, just gone. You could have dreamt it all. You don't have to let that bring you down, though. It's enough for something to exist in the past, and for that to have been good. It's melancholy as hell, sure, but what isn't in this life? It was a hell of a time, that trip I took with Silas.
Oh, hey, audio shift right there. This clearly was being recorded at a different time period, and they did not match well.
Train hopping, hitchhiking, walking, whatever we could do to get across the country. We talked to everyone, bums and hobos, machinists and librarians, waitresses and cops. We wanted them to show us who they were. Now it's gone, done, in the past. But that's not something I should be mourning, is it?
No.
It's something I should be celebrating.
Okay. Or you mourn a little bit and then you move forward.
My next walk takes me up the road this way. Where does your road take you?
I don't know yet. But I'm pretty sure I completed your story, my friend. Right? Oh no. Hey, he has another chapter. What? He has another chapter, everyone, which is weird. And I hope that we can complete it, and I don't know if we can. That's weird. Okay. I'm just surprised how committed he is to his line of logic after walking across the country. That kind of stuff usually clears my head. Yeah. But, ooh, hey, the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both, then say the name like Bob. Bob drop the B's, Bo, or Fred. Fred drop the F's for red, or Mary. Mary drop the M's, Mo, Airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Be boodle floof, be boodle floof, be boodle floof, bo e boodle floof, banana fenna fo fee foodle floof, fee fi mo me moodle floof. Be boodle floof. Thank you so much for the resub, Be Boodle. 6-month streak. That is insane. Speaking of which, I just realized, do you know what I haven't done? Did not pull up Streamlabs and the stream labels. Whoop. Hey everybody. Stream labels. Let's go over there and then let's do that. And I'm going to pull up because I didn't do it and I need to do it. I forgot to do it, sorry. And go, because it updates my labels. Hey, thank you, B Boodle. Thank you so much. So nice. Maybe that's why he didn't change yet. B Boodle, how are you doing? What is new and exciting with you, by the way? And thank you so much for the sub. It's gonna go and help me do all of the RPGs that I'm gonna do, because of the stuff that's happening. You know. So what's happening? What's happening with you? What's going on? Tell me. Okay. A tiny motormouth is eagerly sharing the details of a strange tale with her brother as they loiter outside the store. The boy listens raptly, eyes growing larger, mouth hanging open like a fish. I'll listen in. She's telling about the singers who sang their disgusting, lustful songs during a church service. You try to hide your surprise. It's the story of the music teacher with the bawdy songs. This version the girl must have heard is embellished, to say the least. But hey, it's a good story. You're most welcome. It was my birthday on Tuesday. What? And it was meh, because Control was ill, but he's better, so now it's... Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. B Boodle, it was your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday, dear B Boodle Floof. Don't go changing. I mean that. You're beautiful. All right. Happy birthday to you and many more. Woo! Happy birthday, B Boodle. Yay! Also, Sal's birthday is next week. So I need to be reminded so that I can sing him happy birthday next week. Because, you know, I want to do that. Yes. Hey, happy birthday, B Boodle. And I hope that your birthday will be nicer this time around. You know what? You can blush with a K. That's cool. I don't even judge. That's fine. Speaking of, actually, maybe he's right over there, I bet. I think he's over there. We've got to figure out what's going on with Cassidy and why he gets an extra chapter when other people don't get an extra chapter. I think it's mysterious. I hope that I have enough stories to tell him. I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little concerned that I won't have what I need. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. B Boodle, happy birthday. Let's see. We're gonna look at Cassidy one more time. Cassidy, chapter 4. Hey. Whoa.
I want to know something funny. I've been misguided the whole time I've been speaking with you.
Oh my goodness. Did Sal get his sub song for last time for sneak subbing this? Oh, thank you, Ice Bunny. Sal, you snuck subbed. You snuck subbed, Sal. We're gonna do her a proper birthday sometime next weekend when we have the time, now that we're both not ill. Oh, do something really nice. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the birthday? Will you, like, go walking somewhere beautiful? Will you have some decadent food? Some kind of dessert? Ooh, I want a good dessert now. Oh, maybe like champagne and strawberries, or some really good mac and cheese, or I don't know, or maybe you'll see a show. Yeah, right? Yeah. Seaside and chocolate brownies. Okay, that sounds wonderful. I recommend it. Oh, fancy mac and cheese is a good dessert. Oh, yeah. I wish my wrists were not messed up right now. Because when I clap, I have to clap all funny because I cannot, you know. I'm going to do whatever herself wants. Hey, tell us about it next week, though. Tell us what you did. I want to know. I want to know what kind of nice things you did. I like hearing nice things when people do nice things. I like it. Salixin, Bobalixin, Banana, Fana, Fofalixin, Fee, Fi, Momalixin. Salixin. Thank you for that snuck sub last time around. And don't let me forget to sing your birthday song next week. I'm gonna write this down. Sal's birthday next week. Somebody remind me next Thursday if he doesn't. Valixen. Krellin, you make me laugh, and I think the reason why I'm laughing because the way you spelled her, H-U-R, that's the best way to spell it, and it makes me happy. Trooper, try to get Voltaren gel for your wrist, topical painkiller. I have some Icy Hot. Well, it's knockoff brand Icy Hot, which I can, put on my wrist. Although I've put that stuff on there, which is fine for the moment, you know what I mean? I just think there might be something, a little bit more wrong with my wrist than I think there is, which, is less than ideal. Because I thought maybe it was just like my tendons were a little bit tight. That's what I thought it was. But I think that is not the case. I think it is something beyond that. Because it's been like 2 weeks since it started hurting. And icing it helps momentarily, but doesn't, it's not been getting better. I mean, maybe it's gotten a little better, but that's not good. You know what I mean? That is not good. That's what I got. That's my range of motion. So I think it's not, I think that's not great. I thought it was funny. So here's our good friend Cassidy, who's not in a good space. He is not in a good space at all. At all. Oh no, Sal, I sang you the song, but I didn't know you were taking out the trash. I gave you the whole... Try gel painkiller, because if you take pills too much. Oh yeah, no, but that's what this is. See, Ice Bunny, this is what it is right there. This is basically the same thing. And it's a temporary fix. I just have to figure out what's going on long term. Yeah, he does look like a tortured storm cloud. It is not good. It's not good at all. I'll catch it next month. Oh, but Sal, we're singing you the birthday song next week. Oh, I have to hit continue, I think.
I was in the library in Seattle and I found Ovid's Remedia Amoris, The Cures for Love. There's a part where he specifically advises against traveling alone to overcome a heartbreak, which is exactly what I've been doing for so long.
It's probably a bad idea. It's not good, but also the art is really good, right? The art is excellent. Oh, let me get back over here. Oop. Where am I? Where's my cursor? Cursor, where are you? Cursor? I don't know where my cursor is. Cursor! All right, hold on. Oh, there you are.
I laughed. a wild, bestial laugh. They came over and kicked me out.
Cursor. This I know. I want to be reminded about the birthday. On a Saturday when I'm at work, I get to dodge it again. No, I'm gonna sing you the birthday song. I'm gonna sing you the birthday song, and that's it. Also, I have no. Where did my cursor go? There you are. Here we go. Cursor. Come on, cursor. Don't be irritating. There we go.
You never know what you'll come across when you read whatever you can. Alone, out here, I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
No, I am out of hopeful stories. Like, it is really bad. Like, why is my cursor like not exciting? We're gonna use people. No extra shifts. Story of the Gunslinger, Murderous Tomcat, those are not. I'll tell you the story of Dupree. I hope we've got the stories to open up that eye.
That's a good one. We do reach up like that, towards hope.
Mm-hmm.
It's normal to ponder fortune. It's natural to wonder what things would be like if you'd been luckier somehow.
Did you hear the difference between the voiceover? They clearly recorded this in more than one session and they weren't able to match the audio.
Silas would say, luck doesn't exist. Everything you experience now is based on your past karma.
It does sound like a Shadowrun campaign, the story of the invisible gunslinger.
Whatever the reason
who's a
is,
runner.
though, it's pointless to dwell on. We can't go back in time and change what led us to be in the situation we're in now. We can only try for something better starting from now.
Okay.
Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Probably. I mean, the problem is that I need something that is sad but not supernatural. The deer who chose death over enslavement I don't think is actually sad. Actually, I may not. The story of the wandering man murdered by his romantic rival. That seems sad. That seems sad.
The tragedy
Yeah.
in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry?
I'm a skeleton hobo.
For a long time, suffering and wretchedness was all I could see. It hurt my work. It's a blinkered view.
Yeah.
Struggling to see past the storm clouds of my own mental state.
This art is amazing.
Too many sad words and they just flop around and die on the page.
Cryptid whalers sounds fun. Skeleton hobos, it's true, we have a society.
If I can recapture some of the highs and pair them with the lows, then I might be getting somewhere.
Jer was saying that he thinks that Cassidy is bipolar.
I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
And it's interesting, right? Because we're getting both like these extremes of the sad and the happy. And the stories I'm going to tell you are I'm going to tell you Jimmy's parable.
I like that one. Makes me feel the way Silas used to in the old days. Faith. I used to have faith that the road would eventually take me where I wanted to be.
I want to tell you all something in a second. I'll tell you now. If you notice in this art, so you have the four arms, the storm clouds, you have the typewriter, and you have the really long scroll of paper. Jack Kerouac, when he was writing On the Road, which, you know, like the story is that he lived it for 7 years and he wrote it in 7 days, right? And what he did when he wrote it was that he took, you know how old computer paper was all connected, perforated, you know? And he does not have eyes. He does not. And you know how, like, your old dot matrix paper, people who are old enough to remember how it was just like one big long sheet of paper that was connected, and you would like rip out the pages for the dot matrix printer. So he either did that or he taped all the paper together individually. So it was like this one big long scroll of paper, and then he just put it in the typewriter, and he was on a lot of speed uppers, and he just typed basically for 7 days straight, and he didn't even want to change out the paper. He just would type by taping all the paper together. So what's interesting is that little detail, right, of the long paper is in this drawing, which I think is very cool. Right? Like, just really... Oh, pumpkin. The edge pieces. Yes. I'd always do cool stuff with them, like try to turn them into something, I don't know, something kind of fun. I remember dot matrix. You're right. I remember it too, which means it's not old at all, because neither one of us is old. I'm glad we settled that.
Then I lost confidence in that, and it turned out the road went nowhere. But that's led me to an important realization. Now I say, yes, that's exactly it. The road goes nowhere. It's an enlightenment I know Silas would be proud of.
Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Krellin, I think you're younger than I am, so you can't be old. That's it. I'm glad that we've, says a man wearing a shirt from when I was 11 years old. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Sal. Yeah, me too. I'd fold them like slinkies, right? I'd sort of like weave them into kind of weird, like springy type things. And then, Krellin, aren't I like 2 months older than you? Aren't I? Krellin's like, I am definitely 4,387 years old. Maybe. Let's tell the story of Rossio's long journey. That's what we're gonna do.
That one was like getting locked out in the cold.
Oh, one more.
With nothing but your sorrow. I liked it.
It's been a long while since I truly felt joy.
I'm distracted by the audio quality shift between the different lines. Oh, Krellin must have known Talos and Jaffe. They must have been old friends, right? They must have gone to school together.
But when I look back on it now, I can see that joy was when I was telling Silas about my poems, and he was saying nothing in return.
Y'all.
Just watching, his sensitive eyes and silent nods. Maybe I can find something like that again. I finally feel like it's possible.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, Cassidy.
Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna just tell you the story of people that I know. Here's Dahia's tale.
The tragedy in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry?
This country, I learned several times over that it's full of suffering. But there's measures of beauty in it too.
I love how his body, like clouds are overlaid on his body, so his body is all clouds. I like that.
The trick is to be able to see both things, to perceive all things at once. Silas could do this to some extent, but I'm not sure that even he could gather the entirety of it in one stroke.
Yeah. The thing is, we're brute forcing our way through
These
this.
lands are just too vast for that. When we first met, I asked you why you were on this road, but I was the one who really didn't know why I was out here.
I'm out here because I was cheated by the devil.
Now I'm off again, this time to find a place to stay a little while.
Oh, well, good luck to you, Cassidy.
Not sure where that'll be just yet. I only know I want some place where I can see the water and watch trains go by.
There are places like that you can find.
Even at rest, I still need to be near things in motion. They say the Dharma will end, like all things, and the time of its ending has already begun. So what is there for us in this world? Why should we stick it out here? I don't have a great answer to that, but I feel better than I did before.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Cassidy.
I loved Silas. I still love him. Love him like nobody else. But everyone goes their separate ways in the end. We all have to wander. See you around.
I'm glad you've gotten some kind of closure. That's important. Let's figure out where we're going next. That was long and involved. Hey Chicago. Let's no. There we go. Let's look at our map. Where are we? We need to find people who can tell us stories. This is a big map. Maybe we need to head out, I'm the fat pale goth kid. Gothiness. So I'm over here, Skeleton Hobo. I think we should probably head out this way, right? To Montana, maybe? If we head out to Montana from where we're at, that may not be so bad. Is there like a train station near here? We can make it to Utah. No. Everything's so far away. Well, let's do it. Well, where can we head? What if Krellin is Taliesin Jaffe the whole time? What if that is true? You know what? There's nobody really interesting down there. I'm afraid I'll get murdered by or beat up. Well, you know what? It's fine. We're gonna just head over to Montana. We're heading west. And well, maybe we can take the train some direction west, perhaps. I mean, let's hop a train and let's see how far. Pierre. All right, let's go to Pierre. If you were Taliesin Jaffe, you'd have way less money woes. Pierre. Where's the like? What is all this logic doing? I am you hop off the boxcar and successfully sneak your way out of the train yard without catching any unwanted attention. We're at Pierre, everybody. Well, let's bonus this story up and find out what we can find out, where we can get some people. You wait in this soup line. Oh, I know this person. Let's see what happens. You get her talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place, and she starts telling you about the exorcist who drove ghosts from the Cincinnati Music Hall with a triangle. You recognize it as the story about the ghost who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, but way more outrageous than your version. You tell her your version. That's not as exciting, she says diplomatically. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. She bounces her child encouraging on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile. Toby also looks like an adult with a baby's body. When Cities of Heroes was shut down, Neil Gaiman and Mercedes Lackey, both players, tried to get together capital to buy the IP from NCSoft. They raised $18 million. NCSoft declared that the IP of this game they were shutting down was worth $80 million. What? Really, Krellin? Wow. That's messed up. That's messed up. I'm gonna get a new story.
Oh no. He's not coming over to you, is he? Hello there, the preacher says through a glued-shut smile that's too wide and too smug. Have you heard the good news?
I'm gonna say no.
You're lying, he hisses. Lying! You do know!
Creepy.
He seizes your face in his gnarled hands.
What is it? What is it?
His knotted fingers tear open your mouth and have just begun reaching inside when some good Samaritans drag him away. and off to the drunk tank.
Well, that was creepy. Creepy. Here's $18 million. We'd like to buy your profitable game that we love and you don't want anymore so it can keep running. Lol. Make it. That's messed up. And I thought you were reading text when you said the kid. No, he did, right? I mean, no, but he. So that preacher creeped me out, everyone. Creeped me out. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, so we are over here in South Dakota. Oh, we're not that far. We're not that far from Montana. We can meet this guy, I think. But let me, So I think that we can replace one of these stories. The card horse that could go around the world in the blink of an eye. Let's replace that with the Pigeon Keeper in Philadelphia. That looks fine. And I don't think any of my other stories... Oh no, The Exorcist, who drove the ghosts from the City Music Hall. Let's try... The dog locked in the car. No, that's the toddler. Let's go with, that's fine. And everything else looks pretty good. So we are heading west. We need to cross the Mississippi. Right? I'm just looking around to see if I can get campfires. Nope. Yeah, and that preacher was particularly creepy. Like, super creepy. Jim Butcher actually played one of his characters in City of Heroes and got genericized every few months, having to go through the process of proving that he did in fact own the rights the character was playing. Oh, no way. That's weird. I think this is where I'm going, everyone. Through these mountains. This is where... Oh, by the way, if you want to get Yakuza 0, because we're going to do a giveaway, just make sure you say something in chat in the next 5 minutes or so, and then you will be, you know, all ready to do a thing. You'll be in it to win it. So, you know, just say, just say something, whatever you want. Was it Murphy? Who is Jim Butcher? What does Jim Butcher do? Where do I know Jim Butcher from? Do I know Jim Butcher? I imagine I must. But where do I know Jim Butcher from? Oh! Oh! Ah. I have not read the Dresden Files, but I know that it is quite successful and well-loved. And I know that there's, Fate has like a Dresden Files RPG setting that I think is quite popular. So here we are in Montana. Really? Oh, that's cool. You know, I will say that people really love City of Heroes. Everything I know about it, everyone who loves it, they really, really love that game. So Rick, a credulous-looking fellow, starts telling me a story about the jackrabbit with mighty antlers. You realize it's the story of the jackrabbit and the cat, but changed in a few major ways. So it's definitely part bullshit, right? But also a little real? I'll say it's not bullshit. And my story grows in the telling just a little bit, and I'm gonna get a new story.
You.
Oh.
She snaps.
Level with me now. Would you walk 10 miles every day with heavy bags under your arms and a silly box on your head for some bent, double-crossing, hopped-up, out-of-shape man?
No.
That's what I said, too, at first. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you.
Sorry about that. Let's chat with this person right here. And I think we're gonna, you know, we'll talk to Ray. I can't remember what Ray likes, but Ray is not in a good space.
Hey there, amigo. I knew we'd meet again.
Yeah, we're gonna...
You and I are both the kind of folks who can't be held in one place.
Oh, Ray.
But the law's gonna follow me wherever I go the rest of my days. It's funny to feel free and hunted both at once.
Ray, you look really uncomfortable.
I don't want to find a place to settle and rest, but now, on the U.S. side of the border, I can't. Anyway,
What
it's
did you
that
do?
time of the night. You got any really scary stories?
Probably. I mean, I do have creepy stories. Like, Ray is a cowboy, but I think also an outlaw of some sort. I'm gonna tell you the story of the murderous tomcat, because that was creepy. Like a kind of a murderous cowboy?
Amigo, that's the scariest story I've heard in a while. And you say that really happened?
Yeah. He is... No, he's not, though. He's not. The thing about him is that he wants everything to be open, right? And I think that I don't know, I think he got into rustling or destruction of stuff. Like he's wanted by the man.
Folks say that the desert is deadly, that it kills. But it don't. It just doesn't care if anything in it lives or dies. It keeps on existing, no matter what, and pays no mind to the human drama we've brought upon it.
My great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, and great-great-great-grandfather were all cowboys. My great-grandfather, who I knew, had a ranch up in South Dakota, as a matter of fact. Cattle ranch.
But anyway, amigo, what's the most exciting thing you've seen out here on the road?
I actually think I do have something that's exciting. I think the story of the woodcutter with incredible strength is pretty exciting. My great-grandfather, he was a cowboy. He also owned, he also had the first black-owned casino in Reno, Nevada. And my great-grandmother started the first black USO, also. So yeah, they're just like people. Sometimes you feel like, hey TiVo, sometimes you feel like he is white. You feel like a motherless child, you should have been a cowboy. Maybe. I imagine it would have been hard though. I think being a cowboy is a hard life.
You live an exciting life, amigo.
I see what you're doing, Sal. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Home? The desert's
We got it.
my home.
Hey, Aneo. How are you? Aneo,
They can fence it off. They
We're
can
gonna
wrap
do a
it in
giveaway.
barbed wire, paved roads. But hell if I'm gonna let them do it without a fight.
yeah, I think he's sort of anti-civilization. He's anti-taming of the West. Wear my six-shooter, ride my pony across the countryside. Yippee-ki-yay.
I bet you've seen some really wild, exciting stuff out there, though. Tell me about it.
Now I'm thinking about that song Ghost Riders in the Sky. Here's the thing. We don't need to worry about any of this because we got him. Walking Willis.
I guess we got different senses of humor, amigo.
Well, it's not funny.
Travel? I'll never stop moving now.
Just
even if
like
I
Gene and
wanted
Roy.
to. I'll never bind myself to one place. And to hell with anyone who tries to force me
Do
to.
not apologize. Hey, did you ever watch any of the serials, Gene Autry serials? Like Gene Autry, the singing cowboy in the underground city of Mu, the Hidden Empire? You ever watch those serials? I did. Sometimes I think it'd be fun to live in certain parts of the past, but the past was also not very nice and also very racist. So it's oh yeah. I feel like the past would be kind of crappy. I feel like the only thing that might be kind of okay is like mid 1920s in Berlin or New York or Paris, but like only the mid 1920s, like probably like 25 to 29, like those 4 years, and that's it. Then after that, it sucks real bad. It might be fun for me to live in the past. Maybe, Krellin. I don't know, Krellin. You don't have money, and I don't think if you don't have money, I don't think it's fun to live in the past. Cereals. The cereals. The past is a different country. In the past, you had money. Cereals. And not a serial killer, but just the cereals. Cereals. Oh, I'm over here.
But anyway, amigo.
What's up?
What's the most exciting thing you've seen out here on the road?
I'm not going to tell you because I already maxed out your eyeball. So I'm going to tell you the story of the newspaper reporter.
Huh. Wait, that one's supposed to be funny?
No, it wasn't. Whatever.
But talking about my choices? My recent choices?
He looks really uncomfortable.
I didn't set out trying to hurt no one. But the more I see men trying to bring harm to the desert,
What?
the more I feel like I gotta stand up for her.
What did you do?
But anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
No, I really don't. I just know miserable stories that are sad, you know, that are like kind of terrible. How about the story of the dog locked in the car around Omaha? There's this dude who's secretly a sentient storm cloud. That was pretty exciting. Nope, clearly you're talking pre-TV where folks just watch the cereal box. Yeah, but that was like really bad. When like your entire entertainment was like just watching the cereal box. That was sad. Dog car.
Oh, come on. I can tell that's a tall tale.
You know, that's fine. I don't care what you have to say, Ray.
Prison?
I don't care.
I'd rather die than be stuck in one of those holes, crammed in a little square box I can barely see out of.
I'm descendants of some summer arbiter kind of knights. So you're descendants of knights. I am not.
Torture.
That I know of.
Worse than torture.
He cares about freedom.
Anyway, I gotta get a move on,
All
amigo.
right.
Can't stay in one place too long no more. Doubt we'll see each other again. But I hope the best for you.
Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Crit Witch. Welcome in. I like this house. We're gonna go and give a giveaway for Yakuza 0 like in 4 seconds.
Anyway,
You know, like in 4 seconds.
I gotta get a move on, amigo.
Hey, Crit
Can't
Witch.
stay in one place too long no more.
Yeah. And I think he did something about the fencing of the West too, and I think he did something probably violent that got people killed, is what I'm thinking. Ooh, I love sour candy. 4, 3, 2, 1, you're late. Do you like, so yeah, hey Ray. Ray story's complete. We're gonna do our giveaway. And I really need to do something with my wrist, but I'm doing something with my wrist on. The doctor said that she could see me on Friday, which is tomorrow, but I cannot see the doctor tomorrow because tomorrow I am busy all day. Like I'm on a job search committee, so I've got to go and see I'm on 2 different job search committees, so I've got to go to a candidate interview, and then I've got to meet a student who wants to talk about their paper, and then I've got to meet my faculty, a colleague of mine who is going to be the new director of graduate studies, and then I've got to go to birthday party. So like all day. I should not do the working. Hello, Tivo. So glad you're here. What is with, I don't know what's up with streamers and wrist this week. Maybe it's like Mercury's in retrograde. Yeah, either something violent or vandals or some kind of mix between, like I mentioned, bombing of things. I guess they're dirt poor, but it's fun to throw some, so some kind of like maybe a hedge night of some sort. Yeah, it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna be like busy from 10 in the morning to like 10 or 11 at night, so I could not go to the doctor, but I'm going on Monday. I'm going on Monday. But Monday is also the day when I've got... So Monday I'll go to the doctor's appointment. I'll have another one of these job interview things, and then I'll have also a makeup final exam. But I'm hoping that after that it'll be a little bit nice. So, who is our winner of Yakuza 0? Who is it? Who is it? Sal! 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 Hey Sal, you are our winner for Yakuza 0. Yes. Yes, I'm going to message you right now. Sal, I'm whispering you. Congrats. Here for you, Sal, is the code for Yakuza 0. Boom. Ta-da! I'm in your DMs. Hey, have you been listening to that song Juice by Lizzo? It's great. I love it. It makes me really happy. So we've got to figure out where we're going now. We've done a really good job, but there's probably somebody we can. Well, we could head over. We should probably head out west, right? There are a bunch of people out on the West Coast we should probably talk to, is what I'm thinking. Congratulations, Sal. So let's, we're here. We can make it, let's make it over to, Washington, Oregon. Let's do that. We're gonna meet with our sailor. So let's see if we can, hitch a ride. I'm glad you'll like... Yes. So what do we have? I swear this is what happened. The cops to the radio. Oh, it's a stranger version of the story of the wandering man murdered by his romantic rival, but with some bits left out and replaced. All right. So... Oh, I can replace that. Let's, hey, give me a... Nope, I missed it. I missed it. We're gonna hitchhike. We're gonna hitchhike. And hopefully not... be murdered. Although we are a hobo skeleton, I think we probably are. Is it a game about... I think it's a game about punching, stabbing, and shooting people, is my feeling about Yakuza. Give me a ride. Come on. They're not stopping. Are they not stopping because I'm a skeleton hobo? Is that why? Are they being discriminatory against me as a skeleton hobo? Stop. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think there's like punching, stabbing, and shooting. I think there's like a wide variety of mayhem that you can get involved in. Shogi, maybe the biggest risk hitchhiking is glitching. That's probably true. This is nice. A nice waltz. Hey, we have new stories here to pick up as well. Maybe we'll find some that are happy. Or something like that. I mean... This is nice. It's GTA... yeah, it's sort of like... I think it's like GTA. The time for my GURPS game is coming up and I completely forgot how to prep. The music is good. I'm excited for your GURPS game, TiVo.
In the morning, migrants line the street in an obedient queue.
Waltzes are
Heads
great.
down, stomachs grumbling. Every couple minutes, the line lurches forward like the yank of a chain. They're waiting to get into a warehouse. You can't tell why or what's inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in line.
Time passes.
I'm gonna stay in line.
Time passes.
I'll stay in line.
Time passes.
I'll stay in line.
Time passes.
I'm gonna stay in line.
Finally, you're ushered inside. A calf's been dumped on the dirt floor. its exposed flank
Ooh.
picked apart to the bone. There's a slit running down its stomach, spilling sand
Wow.
instead of blood. A butcher in a muddy smock stands over the cow with a knife, gesturing at you to choose a cut.
Sal says that he's actually passingly familiar with Yakuza, the series. It's a mildly wacky AME game with heavy street fighting mechanics in Japan and often involves gruff gangsters palling around with much more normal people. Time passes. The main character apparently gets into RC car racing as a mini game at some point. So this big gruff Japanese gangster races RC cars against 10-year-olds, and it's brilliant. I'm gonna play one of the. I'm gonna take some meat.
You eat for the day. You've had better.
The dust-killed cow. Huh. Let's find out about this here.
This abandoned rail yard is full of broken old boxcars. So of course, people are taking shelter here. The looks they're giving you are a little less than friendly. You search around for an empty space to rest.
A vacant boxcar.
There's a heap of rags and sticks in the back of this boxcar. You start digging around, looking for tinder, and the heap starts moving. Hands off, voice yelps. A long, knotty arm with nails like rusty screws darts out and shoves you away.
Creepy. Nice. What the hell?
You see big yellow eyes and a flash of snaggle teeth.
This is my home.
The creature informs you.
Are you moving in? Well, you can't. I have the deed for the car. I do the chores around here. I have a lawyer. I'm respected in the community.
I'm gonna ask the deed?
The creature's muddy fist
What?
emerges with an official document. The actual deed for the property. There's even a clause describing the boxcar itself, rust and all. The creature's signature is a bloody smear.
That's distressing, but also impressive.
The creature's arm is long enough to shove you all the way out of the door and deposit you outside.
You don't come into a man's home and set his bed on fire.
He shouts.
That's fair.
And slams the door shut.
Also, and I figure Jared might appreciate this, I'm currently working on The Nation in that fantasy setting I'm writing that's directly inspired by the Sengoku era Japan. They're orcs. It is very Neil Gaiman, isn't it? Well, we've got new stories. Let's see if one of our stories gets advanced some. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of our regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend, it's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about the lounge singer who passed on unknowable secrets in every song. Halfway through, you realize it's the story of the unnerving lounge singer, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaims. It sure is, she agrees, and it's true, every word of it. Let's move on. So we are here. I think we can probably get a ride. I think. Hopefully a car will come and will give us a ride somewhere. Thank you. I don't know where we're going, but we're heading out west. And I assume this is going to get us there. Oh, we're missing a story, everyone. There's a story. We're going to miss it. I wonder how far this car will take us. Hello, story that we're missing right now. I'm sad. Well, that's true. They do have a new era. I saw that. How far do you think we're going to be driving? Do you think we'll miss that story as well? Are you... How far... Bye. Goodbye, story. We missed you. They're gonna let me off before the bridge, right? Don't you think? Oh no. Wow. Hey, I think they're taking us all the way to Seattle. Well, not all the way. Close. Thank you for the ride. That was very nice of you. No, I don't think I have control. I don't think so. I could try pressing a button next time to see if it does anything, but I don't think so. I don't know. I should try. I should try pressing a random button and seeing what happens. But here's the thing. I want to go back and get that story. I should try and see what happens, because that could be interesting. Experiment. Ooh, Spokane. I have a stalker who's from Spokane. Stalker? Is that a fair thing? Probably not fair, but somebody who creeped me out from Spokane. That's what I will say. So these kids, right, they're embarrassed. And so the older brother starts telling this story about the trees that sing stories of those departed from Los Angeles. You realize almost instantly that he's telling a new version of the tale of the lingering voices of the repatriados in Los Angeles, but with new, exciting, over-the-top details. Japan culture is so different. I can't imagine having one executive leader for as long as the recent emperor. Queen Elizabeth? She's been queen since the 50s. Like, she's been queen for a long time. A long time.
Across the street from this bar, a man in full uniform stares fixedly at the horizon. The older guys on the porch are watching him with an expression you read as deep distaste.
What's the matter?
That boy wasn't in the war,
Oh.
One tells you.
his older brother died in France. But Junior here tells people he fought, and he stands there in the middle of town once or twice a week in his brother's uniform, so we gotta see it.
He spits in the dirt.
Oh. So here's the thing. I'm a skeleton hobo and I don't care. So
The
poor
old
guy.
man's face blooms suddenly and violently red.
Fuck you! You wanna see a poor guy?
He lumbers across the street, and a hunting knife you didn't notice emerges from a sheath you didn't see.
Junior,
He shouts.
you piece of shit! Get out of here!
Oh, don't stab him.
Suddenly, the old man is flat on his ass. Junior sprints into the long grass. As far as you can tell, the old man is unhurt. He cries,
Look what he's done to me!
Wow.
rolls up the edge of his shirt. The only wound there is the dark triangle of an old bayonet scar, healed long ago.
Ooh, gotta leave this town. Right? This is awkward. There's a story back there that I want to get. I want to collect it. So we're going to just pick it up and then hitchhike back. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. We're just going to pick up the story. I want to try to collect them all, like the Pikachu. Right? No, the Pokemon. Like the pocket monsters. Just collect them all. There it is. Pokemon. This feels very California hippie.
Looks like the cat staked its claim. Share a meal with me? It asks, swinging tail brushing the corpse. He's still partly fresh. It has been a while since you last ate.
Sure, I'll share food with the creepy cat. June 53 for Queen Elizabeth, longest serving British monarch since 2015. Yeah, sorry. That's what? 66 years, is that right? 11, yeah, 66 years. 66 years. Let's eat.
Can't be choosy in hard times. You sit with the cat and roast the horse flesh over a fire. It's tender meat. It was a beautiful horse, not much older than a colt. Ever been in love? The cat, making small talk.
I think my hobo skeleton has been in love.
Have you ever loved someone so much that you could not bear to think of life without them?
Sure.
If you did truly love someone like that, and they didn't know it, and you were brave enough to tell them, and they rejected you, do you think you would be able to just move on?
Yes. Yes, I would
Then
be able
how
to.
can that love have ever been that important to you? The cat scoffs. I couldn't let go of something like that. I wasn't able to. But he's inside me now. And you too.
Did you just murder your one true love, cat? Psycho cat. Psycho cat. Just gonna say it. Little bit of psychotic cat. It's cool. I'm gonna hitchhike back to Seattle. That's what I'm gonna do. Cat creeped me out. Why are the cats all murderers in this game? Well, it's true. Ooh, amazingly, she's only six on the longest reigning monarch list. Louis XIV of France topped this at 72 years and change. Wow. Give me a ride. Come on, give me a ride. I think that cat's love was a horse. 72 years. It's true, it's because they're cats. I want one of these cars to give me a ride so that I don't have to walk the rest of the way back to Seattle. And I feel like they're not giving me rides, and Charles will never be king. Huh. He might be king. Thank you for this ride. I just don't know how long he'll be king. He may not be king for long. I'm gonna take the ride as far as it'll get me, but I do wonder if I can hop off early. That is a good question. And now Krellin brought it up. Now I'm wondering about it this entire time. Like it's burning my mind. I'll find out. That cat also had a hot summer fling with a coffee mug until it fell from the table. This is true. Tragic and no knows what happened. Yeah, that cat is like, there's that coffee mug, right? Just killed the coffee mug. I don't even know. Hey, we're in Seattle, everybody. How's that? We can see all the I think we're going farther this time than we did the last time, actually. Oh. Thanks. I'm a little tired. Not me, by Hobo Skeleton. Let's, we're in Seattle. Time to visit some friends. I don't think he'll abdicate. I don't think he has any reason to. He'll probably stick around as long as he can. But those British monarch women, they last a long time. So this kindly old man sharing the shade under the bridge tells you a few rambling stories, some true seeming, some conspicuously less so. All true, he assures you. There's history in this place, going all the way back to Indian times. Strange stuff happens around here. Well, it can't all be true. Sure it is, he scoffs. And then, as if to prove himself right, he launches into a story about the vulgar ghost trapped in a bottle. And this one you know. It's the story of the tree with bottles on its branches, but wilder and stranger than you remember. Like, I know that one. See then? The old man laughs. So I ain't pulling your leg. It's all true. I'm gonna move on. Also, I'm gonna go into Seattle and I'm going to get something to eat because I need to. Well, I don't have a lot of money, do I? Let's go to the. Prince Philip calls. History has proven people named Elizabeth refuse to die. This is true. Prince Philip calls her Würstchen. Let's get Can I? let's get some coffee. And let's go back and let's earn some money. Let's look for work. Doors close in your face one by one, like giant dominoes. Boom, boom, boom. Bad luck today, or is it something else? I will change my outfit. You don't have much to change your outfit with, but you rearrange your various layers and tip your hat at a spunky angle. And the next place, boom. Yikes. That one was even more empathetic than the others. Oh, I don't have any money, everybody. Just because I recognize it, but I recognize it because it happened to me. I was there. Also, I need to earn some money. They won't let me. Dang it. And for someone not supposed to be the queen, she does her job. Well, of course she does her job. That's, you know, they all get trained, right? They all get trained at this sort of stuff. This is all very deliberate. I mean, you know, they are the monarchs of a monarchy. I need to cross. But embellishments are lies. Are they? It's tricky, right? Because what is truth? Is it more true to be the spirit of something? Yeah, and they also get a metric ton of money to do their job. Actually, she's got a lot of power. No, her dad was not the crown prince, but if you are, I would say, in the top 5 in line of succession, you are going to be trained. Like, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Krellin. Like, I'm sure that Harry has been trained to take over just in case something happens to Will. And I'm sure that Harry's kids are going to be trained just in case something happens to Will and also Will's kids. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of the regulars. Oh, let's see. She regales with a story about the lights in the desert which abduct travelers. Halfway through, you realize it's a story of the missing people and the strange lights in the desert, but highly embellished. So let's, well, I think about this in terms of movie adaptations. There are books, like there are adaptations of books that people say is like technically like an honest adaptation because it got all the details right, but it doesn't get the spirit right. It doesn't feel like the book. Or things that like cut quite a few things out but still feel like it. People like talk about that. I don't love it enough. I know it, but like I don't like. It's not like in my heart. Jesus Christ Superstar is not like deep in my heart. It's not like deep in my heart. But I don't dislike it.
The child murmurs softly. The woman blurts out a reply.
Don't call me that. Just don't.
When she realizes the impact of her words, her face crumples with regret. And she notices you.
Please, could you help?
What do you need?
Have you heard about a missing child? Any reports of a girl like this?
She nods to the girl tucked under her arm. The girl gasps as if slapped and pleads with the woman.
I'm not lost. Why are you being like this?
Ooh, awkward. Gethsemane is a heck of a song, though. In Denmark, the crown prince sends his kids to public school. Based on truth is not the same as truth. Right, but I also don't know if there is truth in the first place. I do appreciate Carl Edison. Yeah, I'm not really big on truth being an objective thing. I don't think there is a truth. I think there can be truths, plural, and there can be things that are not true, but I don't think there is truth, capital T truth. I think there are truths. conflicting and competing truths and complicated things.
Mother's playing this game. She says she doesn't know me. Of course she knows me, but she won't stop.
Let's compare this woman and child.
There's no particular resemblance between them, but they could still be related. The woman blurts,
I've been ill, feverish, but I wouldn't forget my own child. She can't be mine. But what can I do with her?
You should keep her.
The woman snarls.
Think I'll suddenly remember giving birth? Breastfeeding? Or do you just believe I'll learn to care? I worked myself sick.
She looks down at the crying girl.
Oh, God. I have to, don't I?
Hard life, woman.
I can't abandon a child.
I think there...
Expression
Yeah.
is bleak.
I think there is a... Hey, how are you doing, Rissa? I think there is a difference between facts and truth. I think that's true. I think there's a difference between facts and truth. You can use facts to create something that is not true, and you can create something that is true or feels true out of things that are not facts. I think that's true. There's only truth in religion and the writings of history's winners. It's perception or faith. That's a very poetic be right. I just had a total dude moment where I saw pictures of some really nice suits, like 3 pieces with $1,000 slack jackets, and I wanted to wear them super badly. Oh, speaking of things that cost thousands of dollars, I happened to catch an episode of some show. It was one of these reality shows, competition reality shows, where designers waiting for the Inglehearts to dash up and see Captain Marvel. Ooh, I need to see Captain Marvel. It was this show where these interior designers have to design a room to make it look like $1 million room, but with a very small budget, and they're competing with each other. And one of the designers was talking about like how they have so little money, they only have like $30,000 to design this room, and they're like, here's a chair that's $2,000. And I was like, $2,000 for a chair? Oh my goodness. Like who, I don't even know what you do with a $2,000 chair. That is like...
I was still a kid when Dane
Just-
started turning my head.
That's a lot. Like $2,000 for a chair. One, not a pair of chairs, but just one chair was $2,000. And it wasn't even a love seat. It was just like a chair. It was like a cushioned chair, but it was a chair, and it was $2,000. Presumably you sit in it, and so do your descendants for the next century. One hopes it will last for a whole century. I don't... No, you do not sit in the $2,000 chair. Nobody sits in that chair. I just can't even imagine spending $2,000 in a chair. That's beyond my imagination. Like it's like I don't. $2,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a chair, and I can't imagine that like you sit in that chair and all of a sudden like angels start singing. I imagine it's just a chair. Guess how much the egg chair from Arme Jacobson costs? I don't know how much. And I don't like mushrooms, and I have never had truffles, but I wanted to cook with it more badly than I've wanted to cook anything else. I don't know, how much does that egg chair cost? I've seen it. It probably costs more than it is worth, is what I'm imagining. I think this guy's gonna be a problem for me because I think he likes exciting stories. That really is the point of... Yeah, but I feel like some of these things probably don't last forever. I'd make a stuffed truffle salad just so people try. Wait, 95,000 in Danish kroner? That probably... How much is that in US dollars? It still sounds like way more money, like... Oops, spilled tea on it. Guess gotta spend another $2,000 on another chair. That is not even.
Long gams, gleam in her eye, all dolled up, and I was done. I didn't know how to talk to a dame. I was a boy, play acting as a man.
Too much. That's too much. I do not see the point of spending that much money on a chair. I don't see the point of spending a lot of money on a lot of things, though, so, you know.
When I indulged in a little liquid courage, I was off to the races. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up?
Oh.
I miss those hopeful ones.
I think I do have a hopeful story. No, not too real. New originals, yeah, I just don't, I'm not, I know it's colloquial speech, but literally nothing lasts forever, including the universe as it slowly trundles towards its inevitable death. Very reassuring. I'll take it. Oh, I want a hopeful story. I feel like I had one. I'll tell the story of the millions of colorful butterflies sweeping across the sky. That seems good.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
I feel a bit bad being judged because I spent a lot of money on wool. Eat Arby's. But I presume you get the wool so you can make things, right? And I presume also if you make the things with the wool, it's cheaper than if you would have bought the things already made, right? Right?
Joy? Well, seeing a doll smile when she sees you, not much better than that. Especially if that doll's Louisa.
I'm making cheap boxed mac and cheese. Ooh. I'm gonna have to get some food when I'm done with the stream tonight, by the way, because I ate a burrito earlier today. I need to go grocery shopping, everybody.
So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
I think I do. I think I have a story about the story of the woodcutter with incredible strength. I think you'd like that one. So he likes hopeful and thrilling.
My blood's pumping. That's the kind I used to like as a boy.
What up, TiVo? Are you scandalized by the expensive chairs?
Our home? Louise and me didn't have much starting out. We lived in a log cabin on her daddy's land, but that didn't matter. Home ain't
Fajitas.
nothing but a state of mind.
Fritz Hansen has exclusive rights to the design, and it's copyrighted 70 years after the designer is dead. Yeah. Ice Bunny, you're going to get me upset about copyright law again. You're going to get me upset about copyright law. The wool makes amigurumi that people buy. I guess we can justify spending a lot of money on stuff that's important to us. So I was researching a bit of transmitted space, as you mentioned, Trooper, and I'm pretty sure this is exactly what I'm... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think that's exactly what you want, and I think... you're doing 4th ed, right? So I think you're going to want changing times, which translates things from 3rd to 4th ed, and I think you're just going to want the basic book. Copyright laws.
But anyway.
Thanks, Sonny Bono.
You seen anything good and funny out here?
Oh, funny? A funny story? Oh, yeah, nobody wants to actually have sex with lawyers. Like, nobody wants that. You want a funny story? I don't know if I have any funny stories. Yeah. Sexy lady lawyers? I really don't think I have funny stories. I have stories that are sad and miserable. But Anonymous Graves, the man who's heard his death approaching, like these are not funny stories. Haunted Mill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, so let me tell you the story about Shaw, because I don't have any funny stories. Like, it's bad. Hey, yo!
Suppose I need a good laugh now and again.
I don't know about this guy.
First time I stepped out with Louisa,
It's gonna be
I put
bad.
on my Sunday clothes, bought carnations.
Sad and miserable are funny, because it
Got
resonates.
so nervous I gave the corsage to her daddy instead of her. He never let me forget it. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones.
Ooh.
Got any of those?
I don't know. Apologize for none of them. I like pretty things, and when I'm in a funk, I go to, I imagine, a store and sit my butt in an egg chair till the shop assistant asks what I want the info paper for the chair. Ice Bunny, is the egg chair more comfortable than like a $50 chair? I can't imagine that it is. That's the thing about really expensive things. I don't imagine that they're actually that much more comfortable. Like, I was looking through GQ magazine. They had a pair of socks for like $100, and I thought, a pair of socks for $100? Why would I spend Why would I spend $100? It's like $150 for a pair of socks. It's gonna, like, the socks are gonna run out, and I can't imagine they're that much nicer than a pair of socks you buy for $20. I just don't see it. Maybe the story of the astronomer in the desert is a hopeful story? Perhaps? Maybe?
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
The astronomer is hopeful. Nice.
The past.
We're good.
I remember being happy with Louisa. Maybe people only gets a limited amount of happiness and we used all ours up.
I don't know about that.
But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
I'm not going to tell you a good story. I'm going to tell you something that's not, because I'm going to tell you the story of the newspaper reporter. No, I'm going to tell you something of the father, the boy. I'm going to just tell you something random. Because...
Come on, that can't be true. Sorrow ain't like that.
Hey.
They say when you get hitched, you give up your freedom. Freedom to do what?
I don't know.
I got freedom now. Look where it's got me.
I don't know what happened to your wife. I'm sorry, though.
Well, here's the sun. Got to get going soon.
All right, I will see you, August. It was nice seeing you.
All this talk makes me think about my girl. Before our daughter, I never knew what it was like to have a life depend on mine.
So you've had a daughter?
Once I held my baby girl in my arms, I finally learned my daddy's lesson. What about you? What lessons do you learn as your life goes twisting along?
So here's the thing, right? Yeah, I agree with you, Krellin. This is, chapter 3. I think we're almost done with him. This is not the kind of game where he probably still doesn't have that daughter. I think when it comes to quality, there's like, I would say the design is timeless, very contemporary. It's not the chair you hang in forever. I feel like there are 3 prices. Cheap, four prices. There are probably 4 prices. So I'm thinking about the only things that are worth splurging are sanitation, things that quality matters on in people. So like I used to buy really cheap shoes. I'd get shoes from Payless and I'd spend like 20 bucks on a pair of shoes, 20, 30 bucks. And then they would die on me. And I think that's, you know, not long-term cost effective and probably also not good for my knees. So I went and I got some Fluvog shoes, and those are expensive. They're like 200 bucks, like 250 bucks for a pair of Fluvogs. But the thing is that those shoes are probably going to last me forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for a really long time. And I can replace the heel. I can probably stay in those shoes for years and years and years. The last pair of Fluvogs I had, which were cheaper Fluvogs, lasted me for like 3-4 years. And as opposed to like 6 months. So the shoes that I have now, I think I can last a long time. So I feel like it'll probably be worth it to spend that 200 bucks, 200 some bucks on those shoes. But I don't see the point in spending like $2,000 on a pair of shoes. Why would I spend $2,000 on a pair of shoes? It has to be like a pretty special pair of shoes for $2,000, and I can't imagine needing a $2,000 pair of shoes. You know what I mean? especially if that $2,000 is not because it's like super high quality, but because it's got a designer's name on it. Like I don't see the point of that. I think that once it gets to a certain level of expensive, you're no longer paying for the quality. You're paying for the name. You know, that's all. This kind of old man is sharing this story. What is he gonna tell me? He's stories about the cannibal corn cult of Nebraska, and this one I know. Is a story of corn farmers who started worshiping a pagan god to save their harvest, but wilder and stranger than I remember. So, this is good. We can... I need to... I mean, some brand stuff is probably a brand because it's good. I just have a hard time with spending like way much money on stuff that I don't think is, I mean, oh, thanks, Rissa. Hey, Rissa, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit, so it is nice to see you. And I will see you soon. Well, we don't actually have Cthulhu for a bit, though, right? It's for the holiday. This is when we have Cthulhu. Huge storm. This farmer gasps, pointing to the clouded horizon. They gotta get the produce indoors before the fields wash out. Can you help? You and his family strip the fields of vegetables. When the rain hits, you're all safe inside. And you've got some spare coins in your pocket. I will see you soon, yeah, because it's the end of the month, basically, right? I remember that. I was looking at the calendar, because I was like, when is our next game? But it's farther away. In our game... There's some eldritch horror. Yeah, it's the chick who can pay for Gucci shoes have tiny feet. Imagine not all of them do. What's the holiday? There's some holiday. Is it Labor Day? No. What is it? What's the holiday at the end of the month? Memorial Day, Labor Day. One like it's a. There's some holiday like on the 21st, 27th. Yeah, but no, be right, you're right. You're paying for status. That's what you're paying for. You're not paying for quality, you're paying for status. The 27th, yeah, Memorial Day, that's the one.
Outside this restaurant,
Which means we can start wearing white
a
again?
middle-aged man in a suit and a full clown makeup is gobbling down a sandwich.
Memorial Day.
Deep tracks of silent tears have carved furrows through his makeup.
Okay, a weeping clown. This is gonna go bad. I'm in the middle of packing to move and came across a shirt from San Diego Comic-Con 93. Time to thin the herd. Yeah, I gotta thin the herd a little bit. Wait, you're not allowed to wear white after Labor Day, right? So you're allowed to wear white after Memorial Day, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, right? That's the one. So like once Memorial Day hits, then you can start wearing white. And then once Labor Day hits, you have to stop wearing white. That's because white's for summer. Although you're allowed to wear winter white, which is off-white.
He gulps hard. Tears start up at the corner of his eyes again. I'm gonna work for a traveling show.
Yep, but you can wear off-white after Labor Day.
No, that's the problem. He pulls you into a drunken, one-armed hug and whispers, he would only hire me as the manager of the clowns. His eyes are wild and unfocused. And God, these tears are real. I'm not good enough to perform, but they'll let me push paper.
I can wear white whenever I want, which is never, because if all your clothes are darks, that's less work at laundry. We have a holiday in the UK on that date too. We call it Spring Bank Holiday. If you wear white in the winter, you get lost in the snow and die because no one can find you. So when you said about what if you live in Florida, in the Army, I don't know if they have anymore, but when I was in the Army, there was a white dress uniform. So the Army had a couple of different dress uniforms. There's the dress blues, which everybody knows. Everyone knows our dress blues. There was a way to turn your greens into something more formal by wearing like a white shirt. rather than the green. But there was also a white uniform and a black uniform. And the white uniform you were only allowed to wear in those like in that summer era. But you were allowed to wear it year round if you were in tropic zones. So I imagine if you live in Florida and it's summer all the time, you're probably allowed to wear white in Florida. Also, if you're like in the Caribbean, you're probably allowed to wear white year round as well on the equator. This is what I imagine. Nope, that's May Day. No wobblies here, Krellin. I wore white for my Hochschule, probably, demission, and I looked like Olaf from Frozen. Army is all camo all the time. Not when you're wearing, you only wear, no, it's not all camo all the time. There are service uniforms and mess and dress uniforms. I'll just say, I'm sorry, that's awful.
You're damn right. But God puts us on these paths for a reason, you know.
He's suddenly very earnest.
He's up there.
That's right, some do have shorts.
Whether or not I should clown. In his infinite wisdom, choosing no.
He thinks.
That's right. I think we might have had shorts or optional shorts in our white uniform as well. Demanded wish to be a clown, but was trapped as a manager. Because, you know, we had like oh, Crit Witch, AFK. See, here's the thing. What's really so okay? What if Crit Witch is performing some kind of bank heist and is using his presence here as an alibi so that we could then say, oh no, Crit Witch couldn't have been doing the bank heist because he was hanging out with us the entire time. Well, there's just a lot of walking, you know, just a lot of walking.
Disarray. Dirty plates.
We're gonna finish this game.
Scattered outside the
I feel like it's a bit better.
A young woman frantically scrubs, muttering. She blanches in panic.
This seems bad.
But forces a smile.
This seems bad. Let's greet her.
She shakes off the suds. Her hands and arms are marked with knife nicks and narrow burns.
Oh, that looks bad.
Don't mind the mess. You look hungry. Take a seat. I'll work you up a little something.
Army camo's okay, but baby pink camo is a fashion crime. The fashion police are jailing you. Yeah, in tropical locations or even like Hawaii, command might authorize wearing uniform shorts with your summer whites. Yeah, so, you know, oh, that's right. I feel like they reduced the number of uniforms, dress uniforms we had in the Army. I don't know. How many do you have? Sorry, in the Navy? I feel like Interpress isn't even a good alibi. Maybe not. Like, how many dress uniforms? You have blacks and whites, right? You have the black uniforms, the white uniforms. You've got your sort of your version of camo, right? Which is like the jeans and the shirt. Yeah, they're uniform shorts. Nobody wants a hidden baby. Maybe you do want a hidden baby. So you've got the ones like that Navy uniform that's like the blues, right? Like their jeans or the dungarees. No. U.S. military, not Danish military. I believe the Navy has black, right? The Navy has a black uniform. They also have a white uniform. And they have the sort of the blue denim. Yeah, they reduced them. Yeah, they reduced them when I was leaving too. We used to have a lot more, and then they reduced the number of uniforms. I don't know how many they have now.
As you sit, her fire-tanned face cracks into a smile of relief. She steps into the tent. There's the discordant clanking and hissing of a cook at work. She emerges with a plate, a blackened sludge of beans and sweaty gray meat. Eat.
I'm going to eat because it's rude not to. I think the U.S. Sal can tell me, right? Sal, you have a black uniform, right? The Navy has a black uniform. I'm not speaking about the Danish Navy. I will choke it down.
She watches intently as you force down the first mouthful. Suddenly, her eyes widen.
I forgot your drink. Let me...
But the fire flares inside the tent.
I don't know what's going on, but it's bad.
She gasps, staggering inside. The fire blazes again, and the woman screams.
There's NWUs, which is camo, which replace the dungarees. Oh, you no longer have the dungarees anymore. Oh. And one-piece coveralls. Summer whites, winter blues went to khaki top and black pants, which I call the peanut butter cups because I'm clever. Yeah, the winter blues were black. They're also snazzy. They were really good looking. Those were really good looking. The navy black uniform looked good. I really liked it. Welcome home, Levi. What, TiVo? What? Oh, so you no longer have your dungarees, huh? That's a bummer. Oh, she's still home. Hey, nice for your niece, Levi. Congratulations. So what do you think happened? I kind of missed those dungarees. They were cool, you know? That's all. Also, that's right. You guys have that camo that's kind of bluish, right? It's kind of like a bluish camo. Isn't that right? It's kind of like it's the newer pattern, that kind of smaller chocolate chip pattern, right? That kind of new sort of computery pattern, but like I think it's like in blues, right? I think the dress blues whites are still around. Oh, yeah.
The heat stings as you enter. The tent's a jumble of empty cans, and there's the stink of rotting vegetables.
Yeah, right, it's like blue, gray, black camo.
Your host is gone. A dark shape squats.
Digital camo, thank you, Jer.
It's time to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because that's creepy. I don't know what kind of creepiness is going on over there. Yeah, no, I heard that like the new digital camo is like the best camo you could ever have, and it's like the most scientifically advanced camo in the world. And I was like, well, but they went through a couple different ones. Like when I was in, we had the regular forest camo, and then we had the regular forest camo that kind of the larger pattern, and then they had desert camo which had the larger camo. It is when you get uploaded to the Matrix, and they had like the larger. They had like the desert camo, which was like the same pattern as the forest camo, but with like, you know, tans. And then they changed it from that to the chocolate chip pattern, which was like that, but had these like little flecks in it. And now they have this new stuff. Best camo is a ghillie shoot. The camo pattern is always best in the previous wars. Yeah, that is true, Levi. Someone made transhuman space templates for GURPS, character sheet, and I'm ecstatic. Oh, that's great, TiVo. In sailing, you get told not to wear white, blues, and one more thing, 'cause if you go overboard in this room, they can't find you. Digital camo exists more to fool FLIR, flare, and digital sensors than human eye. Finished prep work? Congratulations, TiVo. Also, the spore puffs. What meat did I eat? Somebody was asking me what I would eat if I need rest.
Watches as you approach your bench.
Oh, aren't you a good-looking one?
She says. A broad smile creases her
I had
face.
MREs.
This is an excellent spot. Everyone passes me.
I really like this art.
She pats the seat beside her.
Join me for a moment.
I will sit beside her.
She rests her head against your shoulder, as if you were old companions.
Look.
She runs a hand down your arm, points across a field to a lone tree silhouetted against the skyline.
I think of myself as like that tree.
She glances at you, waiting for a reaction.
I think I'll stay silent. Let's see. Personnel that work on either decks on the nether decks tend to carry luminescent dye that activates when it touches seawater to help a man over recovery. Oh, that's really interesting. Huh. I will stay silent.
Well, you prefer to witness than to get involved, like my second husband. A quiet, very thorough man. After his death, I fell for someone very different. A handsome woman with the worst temper. The sex was truly...
She pauses, gazing across the fields.
Good for her.
No. Now's not the time.
Oh, weather decks.
I've lost my lovers, but I don't grieve. Each one brought me joy, and each death brought me someone else to comfort me.
She sits up straight, shifts to face you. The tilt of her head is coquettish.
Would you let me kiss you?
I'm totally gonna kiss this ancient woman. Because I bet she kisses super well, and I'm a skeleton hobo.
The kiss she plants on you is soft and brief. It would have seemed chaste were it not for the grin of mischief that crosses her face.
Yeah, that'll bring you good luck. And me, sweet dreams.
She bursts into laughter at your expression.
Kiss her with tongue.
Shows you on your way.
What? Iffy? Iffy! Thank you for the bits. You know what this means, Iffy? Iffy, this means I'm gonna have to sing you a song. I'm gonna sing you our bit song. We're gonna... Apparently we're exhausted, but here we go. Iffy, I'm singing for you. I'm gonna sing for you We're in the Money in Pig Latin as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers of 1933. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Ewe at ge away at lay of way at exe ute at ge lang way o. Earway and hey, the anime. Ide I skays are ani say. O me andy adiation pray uya uthre uviesti ang yang reo. Iwit every idle ansley of way at bransley ute day. And when we see the anley or ukli at the guy right in the IA. Ooh, Volpez, come on everybody. I said now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Volpez, Bopez, banana, fana, Volpez, fee, fi, momopez. Volpez. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. All bits and subs help me with my next project, which is gonna be running an RPG on my channel. So thank you very, very much. Also, hey, Iffy. 8 minutes to go. Iffy, how are you? I miss you. I will see you tonight, of course, when we are, you know, modding together for Manner of Speaking Third Time's the Charm, which is going to be awesome. I know. Yeah, I'm going to do a local channel RPG, and I've got plans, and I'm working on it. Aw, thanks, Pumpkin. Somebody sort of mentioned that there's Twitch Sings, which is like a Twitch karaoke, and I was like, oh, let me check it out. But it's not Mac compatible, so I'm sad. So I cannot sing Life is a Highway, which is what I want to do, of course.
Fish nods affably.
It'll
Swings
webcam.
his catch over his shoulder,
Webcam.
with effort.
Oh, this is a
Got
fish.
a big one today. Gonna eat it while it's fresh. You're welcome to join me. There's plenty to go around.
He climbs off the jetty and lays the body on a large rock.
If a fish eats a fish, is that cannibalism?
He works with practiced efficiency. To remove the shirt, the fish cradles the body in his arms. When he removes the
What
man's
is happening?
trousers and underwear, The gesture he uses to lift the corpse's hips is almost intimate. It seems the fish is taking care to not cause bruising.
Wait, this fish is eating a human man. I see. Okay. So it's not cannibalism. It's fine. That's fine. So I think that he's eating a human being.
The fish trims the man's hair, head, chest, groin, even legs. Then he stabs the knife into the man's chest, leaning hard to force it open.
Oh.
The bones part with a crack. Fish guts the corpse and tosses away the offal. You gonna help me get it on the fire?
Here's my question, people. Do I help the fish put the man on the fire? Do I assist the fish or refuse to help? I feel like since human beings eat fish, I should probably help the fish eat the human being. Yeah, so we're gonna assist the fish.
Prop the body up while the fish
we're gonna
skewers it on a rough spear.
I'm gonna help the fish.
Sags in your arms like a drunk.
Yeah, it's only fair.
Together, you lay the body over a pit of hot coals. Its flesh sizzles. There's a sharp, sour smell, swiftly overwhelmed by the odors of cooked fat.
I'm gonna breathe in the hearty aromas. We're going all in.
Tantalizing, isn't it? Smell alone makes me famished.
Fish rolls his eyes in a melodramatic expression of desire.
Oh.
He flips the body over and tests it with a fork.
This bit's ready. Want some?
You know what? We're a skeleton hobo. Let's have some people.
The flesh is chewy, rich, and oozes flavor. It is the sweetest of savory dishes. The warmth trickles down your throat and stokes your hunger. This is a meal that leaves the diner craving, not sated.
Not good for me.
Don't rush it,
the fish warns.
You'll get hiccups.
I remember watching a documentary on the life cycle of tuna and rooting for them when they were small, but then they became heartless monsters of the sea and ate everything else, so I feel conflicted. Oh. Long pig, my friends. The fish catching and killing humans. Hey, there's Boise. Maybe we can make it to Boise and try to work out our situation, because we're not good on money or in sleep. I know, right? Hey, Boise. I cannot earn money here, but I can maybe, I can afford an ice cream float. Got no money, but it's all right. According to, potatoes are delicious. According to a friend who had burned her food 4th degree as a child, bacon reminds her of the accident. Ooh. The bar is crowded. We're gonna fix up August before we leave tonight. He's gonna tell us a story. He tells us about this wild story about the wild man of the forest. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about the stranger in the woods. Well, that's it. I think I like mine more. And he's gonna go bribe people. It's fine. Okay. So we're gonna talk to August. And what we're gonna do before we do is we're going to change up our stories, because I think we have some that have maxed out that we can trade out, maybe not. I thought we did. I thought we had a story we could trade out. We do. I think the main danger with camels is eating oh yeah, I don't think you're supposed to eat the brain parts. I think that's bad. Maybe we could tell the story of the winged goat. The bull that bled forever without dying. Oh no, I want the winged goat. No. I want Winged goat. No. No, there we go. All right, got it. I don't think I need to eat people. You know, I don't think I need it. I think it's not a thing I need to do. I mean, if I'm like stuck in the Andes, then maybe it will happen, but I don't think I'd like to be in a situation where I would have to eat people, you know? I think chapter 3, I think we're gonna finish August today. Let's see. August, chapter 3, give us something.
I had me a wife, a baby girl, but no livelihood.
This is gonna be hard, everybody. It's gonna be hard.
I tried my hand at my daddy's factory work, but I wasn't up to snuff.
Ooh, oh, good night, B Boodle. We're gonna call it in like 5-10 minutes. But sleep well, B Boodle, and happy birthday. Happy birthday. A lot of like serial killers or cannibals have said that people have the best meat of anything, but they're also serial killer cannibals, so they can easily be from mental state. Yeah, like I don't know if I'd trust serial killer cannibals to, like, I don't know if I trust their judgment. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there are a number of things going on with serial killer cannibals that make me question their judgment. I'm just saying.
For every bottle I filled on the line, I emptied my soul. When the war started, I figured I'd fight for my country. But they wouldn't take me on account of all those years reading. Couldn't see well enough.
World War II?
But the Merchant Marine, they took me as I am. And then I had everything.
Not Navy, Merchant Marine.
So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories.
Not really.
You got any like that?
I really don't have great stories for you. I'll tell you the story of Walking Willis, the man who walked through every state. That could be interesting. We're gonna finish August.
I ain't getting the joke.
Okay, that's funny, maybe?
Travel.
That was a miss.
The real deal.
It's gonna take us a while on this one.
It was a whole different thing. The stories I read as a kid
We're not gonna be
never
able to
told
finish
me
him.
about the fog so thick you can't see the Eiffel Tower, or how the rats cover the street in every port. But I'd see it all again if I could. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
The Fish Eating People has blood cooking? You know, maybe. Do I have, you want, what do you want? You want a hopeful story? My stories are not hopeful. They are depressing. Yeah, they're depressing and kind of like miserable. I'll tell you the story of the man who could soothe animals. There you go. Yeah, Merchant Marines are civilian.
Sounds like it wants to be a story from the good old rags.
No, apparently not.
But it ain't
Civilian
there yet.
Navy people who work on like commercial ships.
My home. When I was a kid, home was my daddy on his chair and mama listening to the radio.
I'm not doing
For a
well.
while there, the sea was my home. As welcome as a worn leather seat. Its call sweeter than any music. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Oh, so your dad was Merchant Marines. That's cool. Well, yeah, I don't, they transport stuff during peacetime, but during the war, we'll deliver stuff for the Navy. Something hopeful. Yeah. How about the story of the farmers who hid their murdering son from the law? Maybe that's hopeful? I don't know. I mean, nope.
Well, you've seen enough real horror in this world.
Nope,
Cheap
apparently
tales
not.
Don't do it no more.
Yeah, sorry. I'm doing really
My
badly on
wishes.
this one.
I don't know if they came true.
It's
When I
bad.
read those rags as a kid, imagine seeing distant shores. I went further and saw more than any of those writers ever did. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up?
Yeah. I'll tell you the story of the woman who would preach the gospel, maybe? Maybe you'll find that one positive?
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
Yeah, that was one. That was one. Hey, okay.
Trust. Thought I trusted Louisa with my heart, with my life.
I got one. I mean, this is bad all
In
around.
too many ports, I learned it's hard to believe in someone who ain't there. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Yeah, so... Your dad's dad he was like Riker in Star Trek? He was the XO? Yeah, I gotta tell you, none of these stories are happy. They're all super miserable. Let me just tell you the story of Dupree's tale. That'll get us something. Will get us further in this tale. And then...
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
Okay.
My fate? I was supposed to be in the cargo hold.
Take a while to finish up with him.
Munitions got loose, but I was running late. If I'd been there when the ship got hit, done what I was told, I'd be dead for sure.
Oh.
Maybe it'd be better. Ah, here's the sun.
Yeah.
Time for me to get going. If you ever find yourself over this way, ask around for me.
So...
I'll have more stories for you about the sea and the brothers I left behind out there. They're always on my mind. Always will be.
So here's the thing. I don't know if I have all the right stories for him, and we still need a bunch more. But you know what? I'm gonna walk over to where he's at, and then we're gonna call it for the night. But we did really well. We cleared out 2 people. And she's gonna tell us the story about the man whom the witch children transformed into a dog. After you drink, I believe. Well, admiral is the highest, right? In the Navy, admiral would be the highest rank. And I think I have to head this way. But an admiral's is in charge of an entire fleet. So, but I believe that the person in charge of a ship would be a captain. But Sal would know. I mean, they must, right? They must. The Merchant Marines must have some sort of it. Well, that's true, right? The Secretary of the Navy. Although, actually, the highest rank would actually be the President. Sal, are you still here? Do you know? Sal would know. Is it like maybe some sort of senior lieutenant, maybe? Of some sort? I bet they have some sort of like civilian admirals of some sort. All right, I'm just gonna hang out over here, but I'm not gonna talk to him because we're gonna go for the evening. Because I'm gonna grab some food and, you know, I'm gonna grab some food and then get ready for manner of speaking. Sal, the commander of a ship is a captain in the Navy. What is the second in command called? What rank is the XO? Sorry about that. Like, what's the rank of the XO on a naval ship? It might depend on how big the ship is, but no, the highest rate naval rank would, like, the highest ranking person in the Navy is the President of the United States. No, because we're talking about the Merchant Marines. Ooh, thanks, Be Right UK. Thank you very much for. But now I'm going to sing for you. Be Right, you get a commander or a lieutenant commander. Thank you, Sal. Oh, thank you. See, Krellin, thank you. Commodore, Captain, Commander. So Be Right. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Evwayat geawayat layav wayat wayat wayexley utayat gayang wayo. Earway and hey, the anime. E they I skays or ani say. Old man the adiash and pray uya uthre uviaste wang rayo. Ewe every eat rayad leansley of wayad brayansley utay day. And when we see the anlay we ukley at the I got right near the IA. We're in the money. Thank you, Be Right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for hanging out in our stream. It has been excellent and wonderful. I know naval ranks because of Star Trek. What is the story? He tells a tale of the cloud tinged with a color no human had seen before, confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding in new details out of order, but I barely piece the story together. It's the story of the light from the sky, but massively changed with whole new chunks I don't even remember. So this is going to be, we're going to just go right over here, and then we're going to, you know what the problem with naval ranks in Star Trek is? Here, let me hang over here. Here we go. Let's get there. So here's the problem with Star Trek. Like, they never have enlisted people. That's a problem with a lot of sci-fi shows. Like, there's like rarely enlisted people in those shows. It's like all officers all the time. I'm like, where are the privates? Is a lieutenant? No, a lieutenant commander is not as high. So you'd go lieutenant commander, commander. So lieutenant is less. O'Brien was a chief, and I was so happy when they finally brought in some sort of non-officer. Although in the Army, I don't know how it is in the Navy, but in the Army, chiefs are warrant officers, so they're not enlisted either. They're like, there's like officers, warrant officers, and enlisted, and chiefs in the Army are not enlisted. They did have, but ensign is an officer. Ensign is an officer rank. It's not an enlisted rank. So like even ensigns are officers. They're like low officers, but still officers. At least Battlestar did have enlisted people in there. They had Marines that were enlisted. Yeah, if non-officers talk, they die. They just die. That is it. Oh no. All right. No. Ensign. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, ensign is basically like a lieutenant. It's like the lowest rank. So here's what's up, everybody. First off, I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and I want to thank you all for being here. If you have not followed, give me a follow if you like. When we hit 500 followers, we're going to do a stream in Pig Latin. It'll be a visual novel, so there'll be subtitles, so you'll know what's happening in the stream. So what's next for me? Oh, I did watch Get Smart. I did indeed. Would you believe I watched it 100 times? We are not going to raid because I'm going to go grab food before the stream. So in 45 minutes, Geekspace TV will be running their game, Manner of Speaking, Third Time's the Charm, and I will be there modding, and I encourage you all to Max and the Chief. Oh my goodness, I don't think I saw that episode. And I encourage you all to watch if you like. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, Max. Would you believe? So tonight I'll be here. I'll be modding for Geekspace TV. You can catch me there if you like. On Saturday, I will be streaming Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm going to stream it through my Mac so we get the overlay, because I think I figured out how to get the LAN to work. So we're gonna try it with that, and that'll be excellent. And what's next? Next week, more Where the Water Tastes Like Wine on Thursday, and then no stream on Saturday because I'll be playing in a Game of Thrones tournament. But that is what I got. So I'm going to go grab some dinner from right next door. Take care of yourself, everybody. And I'm going to go to the doctor to take care of my wrist on Monday. Everybody, take care of yourself. It has been wonderful to see you all. I really appreciate it. Oh, I should probably say, wait. If you have not joined my Discord, you should join the Discord. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Academic Foxhole. And I also have a YouTube that is the archive of all the things that we do. And that's what I got going on. And I'm going to give you announcements sometime in the near future. That's what I'm going to do. So let me go here. I'm going to take care of yourself. I will see you later, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye, everybody. You all are the best. The best. Ciao, everyone.